Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clockwork Cantina, episode 78. I am one of your hosts, Josh902, and this is our other host.
I am DT3. Hello, 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 hello. Happy new week.
Happy Prime Day.
Yeah, happy Prime Day. Which you know what I noticed about that is that not only is Amazon having a sale like that, but uh so is Target and Walmart.
Yeah, I
They're
mean it's
they're
smart,
trying to
right?
compete, man. They're all trying to compete.
Yeah, they want the business, right? They want the
Of
money.
course, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do, I guess, when you want some of Bezos's billions, right? Like, um.
Yeah.
Welcome to today's show, guys. The second half of the show, we will be talking about the Summer Game Fest, E3, that type of stuff. Also, two more episodes, and we're at episode 80, which is just crazy to me.
Pretty
Uh,
dope.
yeah. Um, Also, I've shaved, so if I look different, I have I shaved it all away, which is weird to me. I'm not, I kind of got used to having the beard and stash and stuff, but it's gone. I feel naked
Uh,
without it though.
it always is when you go from having the scruff to not having anything at all.
Hmm.
I don't do it often because I don't like being completely clean shaven, but
Babyface Josh is not my favorite, but um, it'll grow back. It'll
of
start to
course,
look a little
yeah,
better.
that's the thing with hair is that it'll always grow back.
So I grow it out to the point where it starts to annoy me. Then I shave it off and start all over again. um. I was gonna say something and I forgot what it was. God damn it! I should have wrote it down. Whatever it was. Couldn't have been too important, or I wouldn't have forgot it. Um. But yeah, we're gonna do the news and stuff. But before we do that stuff, we usually talk about what we've been up to this past week. And Daniel, we've been up to quite a lot this past week, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think so.
both individually and solo. So if we want to hop into what we've
Yeah.
been up to, Daniel, you go ahead and start us off with that.
All right. So, what we've been up to the past week? I um have been getting close to the end of Mass Effect 3. I'm real close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna be probably finishing it up tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably wrap it up. Um, it's been so much fun though. Like I can't wait to talk next week. A little bit about the whole trilogy and whatnot. And then like honestly, we're probably gonna have an N7 episode in November with with our good friend Katie 120 because I know she
Mm-hmm.
loves Mass Effect and I was watching her stream um the second game the other day because she started the second one. But she's played it already before and everything. Josh and Katie both have prior experience with Mass Effect. I don't. This is my first time, so again, I'm almost done Mass Effect 3, so that's fun. Um, I mentioned last week how I was showing another friend the John Wick movies for the first time. We watched the second one last time, and then we'll be watching the third one on Wednesday, so that'll be fun. Um, and then of course I watched the new episode of Loki. Uh, Played some more Apex. Watched the new episode of Bad Batch. Of course, like every week, and then there was a rewatch of the Transformers movie on that a few of us were a part of, and that was fun, man. I love that movie, the OG 1986 Transformers one. Uh, the soundtrack is incredible. It literally like it got stuck in my head again after rewatching the movie that day because it's just top tier, man. Um, yeah, it's pretty damn cool. Watched the new Pixar movie Luca. Check that out. And I enjoyed it. it was pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's top tier like some how like Coco or Wally or some of these other ones that I like, Toy Story, some of these other Pixar movies that I prefer. But I mean, I would say it's like a decent movie. Definitely check it out. It's not bottom tier like The Good Dinosaur or Cars 2 and 3. In my opinion. So
Yeah.
definitely give that a go if you're into the Pixar movies. Played a little bit of Phasmophobia yesterday and the day before. Just getting back into it, trying new stuff out, playing with new friends or with friends who hadn't played it before and whatnot. Um, I went full fat ass mode yesterday. Grilled a bunch of meat for Father's Day, and it
Fuck yes.
was amazing, dude. I had like so many different types of sausages and shit, bro. It was like the Johnsonville like Italian fucking spicy shit, and I had the another one with like fucking the bacon and cheese, and then there was like longaniza, which if you know what it is, you know what it is. But basically, it's like if you guys know what chorizo is, it's kind of like chorizo a little bit, but and then there was like just normal hot dogs with like cheese in them and stuff, so a lot of that, some chicken, some steak. I was even gonna make burgers, but then at a certain point, you're like, that's too much food, bro. So I skipped the burgers, even though I thought about making some yesterday as well. But it was a lot of good food, man. It was awesome. It was really really good. Yeah. So that was great. And then just last night, I played Sea of Thieves again for the first time in a long time. With Josh as well. I'll let him talk about that when he talks here in a bit. But I hadn't played the game in like months. Reinstalled it like several days ago just to prepare for the new Pirates of the Caribbean free update that they're adding tomorrow. Uh, at the time of this recording, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I like that game. I like jumping back into it every once in a while. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. All right. It's my turn now. I didn't stream at all this past week. Even though I kind of wanted to a little bit, but I ended up just not doing it. Ended up trying other stuff though. So I bought Ghost Runner on the Epic Game uh store because they had that sale and like $10 coupon and stuff. So I was able to pick it up for about $5, and we've talked about it before. And it's like I'll take a risk on $5. Um, it's fun. It's cool. It's fast paced. It's that game where you die in one hit. So if you get shot, it's like, but you're back in it so quick that you hardly even notice it. And like every level is almost like a puzzle, but a puzzle where you're a badass ghost running samurai ninja thing where you wall run and murder people. Um, so it makes it, and I'm not really like a puzzly type of dude, but I really enjoy Ghost Runner, so I'm gonna be playing more of that. It's pretty cool. A strong recommend for me if you haven't checked it out yet. Do it, even though I don't usually play those games where you get killed one hit. Um, Also, the Steam Next Fest is going on. I call this week. I think it's still going on right now. Let me look really quick, or it may be over with. It goes to June. It ends tomorrow. So if you want to try any of these demos out there that they got, so Steam Next Fest is they put up a bunch of demos for people to try for things like stuff they showed at E3 or Game Fest and stuff and whatnot. So if you saw anything that tickled your fancy, go check it out on Steam super quick and see if there's a demo for you on there for it. Because I tried some demos. I tried out a demo for War Tales, which was a how do you describe it? The combat's like XCOM, but it's like you have like a party and it travels over this overland map and you go into towns and stuff and get into fights and stuff and the combat's like XCOM. Pretty interesting. Not a whole lot in the demo. Um, I look forward to learning more about it. I didn't play it super long, like just hour or two, but it's interesting. It's enough to keep my interest in it. It's still on my wish list and will stay there. Um, I tried the demo for Death Trash, um, which was like a pixely. RPG run around the game. Uh, and it was very fucking hard when I played it, and it was very like I feel like you die like really quick and easy in that game, or maybe I'm just bad at it, which is also quite possible. Um, but yeah, check out the demo for that if that's something that interests you. I like pixel art games, so I'll try them all usually. Next up, thanks to Frankie and hanging out in her chat on her Twitch, I was able to get a Humankind closed beta code, so I got to try out the Civ.
Shout out to
Uh,
Frankie Ward.
yeah, Frankie. I was able to try the Civ like Humankind a little bit. You know, if I haven't played Civ in so long, I can't be like I can't compare the two because it's been so long since I played like the original one. But like I don't know, I really like Humankind, and what little bit I played of it, I only played like a few hours. And it comes out in like 8 weeks. It comes out in August. Uh, so I wish I could offer like more thoughts on it, but it's been so long since I like its biggest comparison is to Civ, so it's like, well, what does it do different, kind of deal, and it does do some things different. I don't feel like the early game is as deadly as Civ. I always die early in Civ because of fucking barbarians and shit. Uh, but really, the biggest thing I've been hooked on this week, and Daniel can attest to this because I've been playing it in Discord, is this game called Wildermyth,
Yeah.
um, which has been in early access, but fully released. Which I didn't even know this was a game. I didn't even know this was a game until it like was already fully released. It came out on June 15th, and I recommended it to Baba, I recommended it to Paula, and I recommended it to Maggie because I feel like it's all a game that they would like because they're all like tabletop D&D nerds like us, right? So, man, I'm gonna spend I'm gonna spend a little time on this one because like I really like this game and I want to shout its praises. So Wildermyth follows heroes over their whole careers, from their pitchfork days to their powerful primes, and on into their old age and memory. It's a party-based procedural storytelling RPG where tactical combat and story decisions will alter your world and reshape your cast of characters. It's really cool. So there's the what do they call them? There's multiple stories, right? Which would be like a campaign almost. And then you pick
Right.
one, and then you start with three characters, just like like RimWorld or something similar to that. Uh, and they all have traits, and their traits kind of dictate how they kind of interact with each other. Some of them can become like lovers or rivals, and they get like little bonuses based on that. There's three different classes. There's warrior. There's like a archery ranger. There's like a spell casting mystic, which is really cool. The spell casting in this game is really neat, um, because your characters, your casters can infuse, which is like they kind of like bond with this object with like objects on the battlefield, like a tree trunk, right? And then based on what they infuse with, they get like certain attacks, and also based on some of their skills. Um, so if you like infused with like a tree trunk, you could like do a vine grab that does damage and like yanks an enemy. But you could also do a move that like explodes it and makes like a shotgun of like splinters and wood and stuff that like hurts the enemy and shreds armor and stuff. And it's all different based on what you're infused with. You can infuse with rocks and like throw metal like uh, rock discs at bad guys that kind of ricochet and hit each other. But that can also make like shields and give armor boosts. You can move fire around on the battlefield. You can make like fire walls, I think. Um, it depends on like some of your because each time you level up, you can pick like a trait or a skill that gives you a bonus, and some of them will be like something simple. Like for warriors, it'd be like, all right, so when you attack an enemy and it's next to another enemy, you'll hit both enemies, right? So for mystics, some of those will give you like more powerful infusions, which gives you more abilities based on what you're linked to. Um, like one of the strangest things I infused with was like a tool workbench, and it had a move that just throws AOE tools at the bad guys, right? And that just seems so weird, and I love it. It's weird and strange. Um, I did the first story, which is kind of like the tutorial story. And I found myself strangely attached to the characters I make because, like,
The XCOM effect.
yes, right, like, because I made them and I see their stories and they get older, right? So, like, so in chapter one, they go, you get objectives to go do this, 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 and this. And then based on how many enemies and things you take out, how much land you secure a number of years of peace in between chapters. So, like, I think for the first chapter I completed, I had 14 years of peace. Now, so, like, chapter one, all right, I do this, 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 and this. I complete that chapter. Okay, 14 years of peace. Now I get, like, it's almost like a pop-up book too, by the way. The art style for this game, it's like a pop-up book. Um, and it also has like little comic panels where events happen. So during the 14 years of peace, it'll be like, so and so did this here. Like they might rebuild a windmill, I think is something that happened. Or two of these characters got married during this 14 years of peace, which happened in my game. Two of the companions fell in love with each other and got married. And later on, they eventually had a kid who became of age and joined the party, which is so crazy and cool to me. It's very Fire Emblem a little bit. If you played some of the other Fire Emblems on the DS, there was like some time shenanigans that would happen, and your kids would show up and help you fight. Um, Once you complete a chapter, your characters get to become like legacy heroes, and I'm still kind of learning about this, but basically they can show up in the other story games, but their powers aren't as great, like they're kind of reduced, but you can bring them back in if you want and have them like travel and fight with you again, um which I've did. It's like a random chance random event that can happen. I had the archer, one of my archers show up. um and I'm still learning stuff about this game. I'm gonna keep playing it. It's a lot of fucking fun, man. Uh and it's getting harder. I've noticed that each chapter I've done, each story I've done going down, it gets harder and harder and harder. I've yet to lose anybody yet. Which, by the way, the death in this game, like, if you get killed, like if your character falls to 0 hit points, they can either die, but they take the enemy with them, like in one badass heroic moment, that happens in
Nice.
games.
That's cool.
Or they can kind of retreat and get maimed, so they'll lose like a limb, an arm or a leg or something like that. I don't know for sure, but I thought I read somewhere that like another character can die in their place, but I don't know if that's true or not. I've yet to have that happen. So I haven't lost anybody yet. Well, I did lose people, but it's not to death in combat. One of my characters in the newest chapter of the game got sick with a disease. And so there's I guess it's a random event. I don't know if it's random or not, or if it's just something that happens in that particular story. Is like she's got some sort of disease in her lung, which is too real, by the way. And she meets a character that's like, hey, I can heal you. I can make this potion for you. But you have to travel here with me to do this. And this character, you learn about this character on this journey of going to get this thing. Is that he's like he had a sister that ended up having like I think the same disease, and she ended up turning to stone. Um, and as you get while they were out adventuring, trying to find this concoction for her, she ended up turning to stone and dying. And the characters eventually find this um drink, and they find the sister turned to stone. Um, and your character gets a choice. It says, do you drink this yourself, or do you attempt to use it to heal this character's sister that is just like a stone statue over here? And I was really faced with a difficult decision here because I've been playing this character like she's a hero. And heroes are selfless. Even though she's gonna die, she ends up giving the concoction to the statue and turning her back into a human. Even though that eventually means that this character, at the next in between chapters phase, the years of peace phase, that she's gonna die. So that's the only time I've lost a character is that she uh she succumbed to this disease, but she ended up giving up this concoction to another character who joins the party and like becomes like a friend with that person that sacrificed their life. It's crazy, dude. Like
Pretty cool.
I it's like
Sounds
playing
pretty
a
dope.
it's like playing a D&D game. Like it
Yeah.
really is. Um and I got real attached to the characters. So, especially because the character that died was Elmira Petlin. I named her after one of our D&D
One of
NPCs.
our D&D characters, yeah.
um
That's
uh
pretty cool.
it's cool. I can't sing the praises of this game enough. It's called Wildermyth, guys. If you haven't tried it, check it out. It's $20. Like that's kind of like a steal. Right now it's on sale for the next 21 hours for $20 and then it goes up to 25. Um so if you haven't tried out Wildermyth, I highly recommend it. It's
Highly
fun.
recommend.
I do. I do. It's already given me like D&D ideas um for things. I'm like,
Mm.
god damn, that's clever. I think it's got a pretty big mod scene as well. I think it's got Steam Workshop support, I want to say. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure it do. I'm pretty sure it do. Yeah, look, see here. Workshop. Yeah, it's just got workshop support. They got like additional hair and stuff like that. Um, we also have a trailer later on in the news for it. I threw in there. I'm pretty sure.
All
Um,
right.
so we will be watching that. I'll give you an idea of the art style. Which, by the way,
Sounds
guys,
good.
for the trailers and stuff, we're gonna do it with the. We're gonna play sound this week. We
We're gonna
usually keep
try.
them muted.
We're gonna test it out. See how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. Which means this VOD I'm gonna delete off Twitch. After like a day. Um, just because like Twitch and DMCA's are different than like YouTube and their thing where the people just make claims, right? Um, so if you want to see this VOD, you'll have to watch it on Daniel's YouTube, but you should be watching it on there anyway, um, and not on here. But yeah, that's Wildermyth. I spent a lot of time explaining it, but that's because I liked it. It was just cool. It was just a cool game. Gonna keep playing it. May stream it at some point. There's quite a few little stories in there. I also played some Phasmophobia, although my time wasn't as much fun because I was trying to figure out why my mic wasn't working, which I think I figured out why my mic wasn't working in the game. Um, so hopefully I got that fixed. Maybe I can get somebody to help me see if it works later. I also watched Luca with Daniel. It was a pretty good movie. The villain is a little shit. Fuck that guy. He's a
Oh,
little
dude,
weasel.
he is the like. He's such a little fucking punk ass dude. He's a little
Dude, he
bitch, bro.
seriously is. He's a little weaselly prick. I can't stand him. Like, I was quiet for most of the movie, but whenever that character was on screen, I would unmute and talk shit to him. Fuck that guy.
He absolutely was a fucking weasel, man. He's
Yeah,
just
he is.
the definition of a little shit.
And then I also tried Sea of Thieves for the first time with Daniel, Jake, and Val.
Which are some of our other friends. But yeah,
Yeah,
we tried that out. Or I mean, I've already played it, but Josh tried it out for the first time. We were
yeah.
helping him get uh, we were helping him get familiarized with the game. Um,
It was a lot of fun.
and
I
yeah,
started
yeah,
talking like a pirate and everything. You know, you can't stop yourself.
got to right,
Um,
got to.
So I feel like I got the hang of most of it. I was
We, we
repairing shit. I was doing some
I
sales.
I
I
cannot
haven't driven
believe
the boat yet.
some of the situations that we survived.
Oh my god,
Yesterday.
shit was crazy.
I thought that when the Megalodon and like those other two ships all at the same time, I was like, surely we're gonna go down. And dude, Jake just like went over to the other ship and stalled him and to buy us enough time to repair shit and get the hell out of there because
Yeah, it was
it
crazy.
was nuts. It was
Yeah,
absolutely nuts, dude.
should stream it. We probably will at some point.
I mean,
Um,
I used to. I mean, I probably will at some point again. But
it
yeah,
was fun, but yeah, especially with the new DLC that's coming out or whatever they call it in Sea of Thieves, the thing
the
that's
new
tomorrow.
update tomorrow. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be good.
Uh, but yeah, that's what we've been up to, man. Being pirates and telling stories in Wildermyth and Phasmo. It's just been a lot of gameplay in this week, and it's a fucking blast, man. Um, but if that's it, we can hit the news. And my number one thing before we hit the news is, dear game developers, I have a lot of friends nowadays. Please make games with gigantic lobbies going forward so we can all play
Yes.
together because
Like there was a group of us yesterday. And we're like, man, I wish we could all, you know, play some Sea of Thieves because there's so many of us. But it's like we can because you can only have a certain number of people, and you know,
yeah, it's
yeah.
it's it's there were like
You can only have 4 people on a big ass ship. It's like, come on, man,
yeah,
really?
when we were in Discord just hanging out yesterday, and I just looked over and it was like, yeah, I had a scroll bar because there were just so many of us in fucking chat. It was like, God damn, I wish we had a game with like big ass lobbies to play,
Yeah, right.
like all together because it's just crazy.
Yeah, give us at
Uh,
least like 2 more people on a boat. That'd be nice.
yeah, yeah, it would be great.
I'd be happy with 6, but at the same time, I'm like, man,
Give us a fleet. Everybody gets their own ship. Uh, uh, but yeah, let's hit the news, Daniel. You want to start us off here?
yeah. There might not there isn't a whole lot of news this week. Like we just had E3 and all that stuff, and Summer Games Fest,
Oh,
and
that video is
there
unavailable.
there's a few things that you know like for TV and for movies and stuff. There won't be a whole lot of news, but
Here we
uh
go. I got a trailer.
we have some things. All right, so we're starting off with what is this? The Super Mario Party
All right,
Superstars?
Superstars. Yes, the link is in that we have there's dead, but there is one on YouTube that I found.
Okay, cool.
So we're gonna play this for you guys. I guess this is the announcement from E3 that we have in here.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
The announcement trailer for Mario Party Superstars.
Oh yeah, Mario Party.
Classic boards from the Nintendo 64 era, including
5 boards from the Nintendo 64.
and Spaceland. Each board is
I don't know if I've ever played a
Uh,
Mario
keep you on
Party.
your toes.
Is the
And when
is
we
the
say
video up
connecting,
or is my
we
stream just
mean it.
laggy?
Oh fuck, I forgot to hit the button. My bad.
Connect
I hit the other button. Here we go.
and give facelifts in hilarious over-the-top
Yeah.
minigames, all of which support button
Oh.
controls. With 100 minigames from the Mario Party series catalog, you'll have a blast in this all-star
There you go.
fun
I see it
fest.
now.
So this is a whole new game, right? Is that what this is? This isn't like a DLC for
No, it's a new
a
Solo,
whole new game?
randomly match
Gotcha.
with other partygoers worldwide. Playing a board game online with friends? Save your progress
a
mid-game,
Superstar Collection.
then resume the
Oh
festivities.
yeah.
Stickers are
You
also
are
available to
the
communicate.
100
Superstar.
classic mini games returned from the N64 and
In
GameCube
Mario.
games.
Launching on the Nintendo Switch system
Party with
October
Superstars near or
24th.
far. You can
Pre-orders
do
begin
same
today
system,
for
local
Nintendo.
wireless, or online play.
Cool.
So yeah, if you guys are into the Mario Party,
Mario Party.
there's like a big, big game with a bunch of stuff from some of the older ones, and you can do, like I just said, play with local or online.
How many people can
Uh, er,
play in that game? How
Mario
many
Party is
characters
usually like, what is it, like 4, I think.
is it?
I
Mario
want to say.
Party or party size? How many players? Maybe that's what.
Yeah, up to
Google.
4 players is what it is.
4 players, really? Huh, okay.
The release date is October 29th, 2021. And if you're wondering how big the game size file is, it's going to be 4 gigs. So there you go.
Hey. What do we got next?
Next up, we have, well, this is, by the way, we forgot to mention that up top that this is all from the Nintendo, their Nintendo Direct from
Direct.
this
Yeah.
year's,
Got it.
yeah.
All right. So next we have Metroid Dread, I believe.
Yes, we do.
All right. I know there were people excited over this. I am not a Metroid person, and I've never really played them. How about you,
So
Daniel?
this
Have
is
you
a
ever played the
game
Metroids?
I have. I like them. I haven't played them in a long time. I play more of the Metroid Prime kind of games instead of the like
Yeah.
actual Metroid. Because this is Metroid 5, Metroid Dread. Is the title. So this game, as in when I mean Dread, was something that was like I want to say it was like leaked or something like 19 years ago. It's a title that they've had like that they've been working on and wanting to do for like 20 years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of crazy that it's finally happening now. This is gonna be one of those ones where I'll be curious to watch somebody else play it, because like it seems cool. Like I'm intrigued enough, but I don't know if I like I'm more so waiting. Like I said, I'm more so a Metroid Prime person. So if anything, whenever they give us more information on Metroid Prime 4, that's what I'll be looking more forward to than this.
Yeah.
But I mean, this looks pretty neat, and it's I think in itself.
Yeah. I did find it funny that somebody said I was watching a stream or somebody and they were doing like a the co-op and it was like we took so long with the new Metroid Prime that we made this Metroid game in the meantime to keep you
Yeah.
busy. And that shit made me kind of crack up.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I've never been a Metroid. I've never played any of them. I don't think so. But I'm happy for the folks that are excited for this. That's cool.
Yeah, some people have been waiting years for this game, so there you go, man.
Yeah.
It is happening. This is coming out
October
this year as
8th.
well, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
October 8th. The first new entry of the 2D Metroid saga in more than 19 years.
That's cool.
So that is pretty neat. We have a teaser for the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is funny that they keep calling it this. They claim to have a title for the game, but they say that they haven't told us yet because it may give too much away.
I saw that and I was like, then why is it your title? um, I don't know.
But anyway, this looks kind of cool. As someone who has played Breath of the Wild, this looks pretty neat.
I mean, I'm waiting. I got it right here. We're gonna play it at some point.
You got a lot of games to play, man.
I know.
Gotta wrap up Spider-Man. Gotta do finish up Horizon.
I mean, yeah.
Got a War.
Too much other things going on. I need that. I need a lull. Doo-doo-doo. You can teleport through
Oh
rocks.
my goodness. Chaos.
Chaos. Bum, 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 bum. It's an air castle ship thing.
The calm after the craziness.
Does this have a date? This is next year, right? $2022. All right. Paula says in the chat she can't even get through the first one. Why not? Is it too hard? Or are you just having a hard time with it? Daniel, I think you're muted. I see your lips moving, but I don't hear you.
I was gonna say, is it them puzzles? Because those puzzles can go to hell, man. I know I hated them.
Yeah, fuck puzzles, man. I suck at puzzles.
They can go to hell.
I can go to hell, friend. Next up, we have a couple of launch trailers. The first one is Wildermids, which we talked about a little bit earlier. You guys could check out its art style here. Let me go ahead and get it set up here. There we go.
You found it. Oh,
Here we go.
Journal, my drawings.
These pages are old, Mom.
Well, careful.
This is all from your hero days?
Ha, and before. I was just a strong-shouldered farm girl once.
I love how it's like a little pop-up book.
Black hair
Sure,
that-
Mom, but what about
That's
when...
pretty cool. That's pretty dope.
When the
Mhm.
Gorgons came?
Yeah, and you saved the town.
Well, we fought the Gorgons together.
Do you want to fight
Your
or
father
do you want to
says that.
hide?
We were kids. He was
When the
shy,
Gorgons
bookish,
came.
cute, of course. But that day, he did magic. So I was a warrior. Folks called him a mystic. We
Malik.
chased those stone-eyed Gorgons
Cora
past the hills
Starling,
to places
Malik
where
Moon.
trees walk, where the ruins of other yonderings lie like buried bones, and met a moth-winged man who kept moonlight under his hat.
And you met Holden?
Oh yeah, some
A
odds
moth-winged man.
Your father liked him,
Mhm.
and that made 3 of us. We
Then you were called heroes.
maybe.
To the Green Hill Guardians.
The Green Hill Guardian. That's pretty cool.
The world
Yeah, you get the
changed.
name like
There's
your little adventuring
always
fan.
some new
That's
threat,
kind of sick.
and heroes
Yeah,
can't
I've
save us
obviously
immediately.
named the last one's the Phoenix Guard.
Make choices. You
This is
borrow
like the little
from
comic
best
panels I was
friends.
talking about, where little
Fall for
story
one of
bits
your
happen.
friends, then find reasons to argue with the other. Well, it all works out somehow. Except
Rivals.
not everyone makes it.
Yeah. Alden, no.
Dad said I wouldn't be here without that man's sacrifice.
Rip.
You'll be
Some of
sad
the
about it, won't
equipment in
you?
this game
You
actually
can
looks pretty
come
cool
with me
too.
to Show me how things are done.
Some of the weapons
I
you
know
find
say
and stuff.
that, but well, where'd my old sword get to?
Wildermyth available now.
That's kind of a neat little launch trailer.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
A lot of the comments on here I just praise this game. So somebody even says Game of the Year contender for me, and I'm like, wow. Next up we have
Dark Alliance.
the Dark Alliance launch trailer,
Which comes out tomorrow, right?
Yes, the reviews are coming out and they're mixed. I've seen like mostly mixed on this. The thing is though, if you got Xbox Game Pass on PC, you can try it with 0 risk and see if how you like it. But yeah, the reviews are a little mixed on this that are coming out. But here's the launch trailer for it.
Lunar, get close and provoke her.
And I'm pretty sure that's
Attack from a distance.
it sounds like Mercer to me
Wolfguard.
as Driz.
Maddie Merce.
All right. Remember,
But yeah, reviews for this are kind of average.
I haven't seen any of them. I'm just, it looks like a fun game, so.
You'll be getting you'll get my impressions of it because I'm gonna check it out with the Game Pass. So
Sounds good.
yeah, classic D&D scenario. Somebody's grabbing the loot while I'm getting my ass kicked by a dragon. You know.
The dwarf.
take down the killer.
Do. They're fighting Nildarath, man. She's a dragon that froze the world.
Oh, they're fighting something else here by the looks of it. Oh shit. All right.
Aw, damn.
Cool.
Great plan. Worked perfectly.
Nobody ever wants to play the dwarf.
So stick to the plan.
It's true.
Friends, what we have here is a beholder. Classic D&D bad guy.
You know what they say? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
I think you actually, to make a love potion in D&D, you have to have a beholder's eye.
And to the beholder, he loves you all. He'll kill you all just the same.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll be checking that out. I'll let you know viewers if it's worth checking out or not.
Sounds good.
What do you got next, Daniel? I think that's all the trailers.
Let's talk about how Disney is open to indie game developers using its properties.
All right, let's hit it.
During the Xbox showcase, obviously we saw that Disney is lending the Pirates of the Caribbean IP to Sea of Thieves for the new expansion. And it's open to doing that to more than just, or more or to more of their IPs than just, with Pirates and with big studios like Rare. But in an interview with IGN, SVP of Walt Disney Games, Sean Shoptaw, said that Disney was happy to work with the best developers, specifically those who came to them with interesting ideas or interpretations that hadn't yet been done. When asked what was meant by the best and if it included indie developers as well as big budget AAA titles, Shoptaw confirmed that all were welcome and hinted that there may be already something along those lines in the works. I'm going to read a little quote that he said here. Obviously, we work with a lot of big AAA partners like Ubisoft, Bethesda, like EA, and we'll continue to do that, he said. But we are very open to quality regardless of size, right? So if there's a strong indie that has real passion for a vision for a story of ours or a character of ours or anything in our universe, we are all ears. I think that you'll see stuff coming out over time here that really will back that up. So yeah, it's not just about the big guys. The big guys, those are really important partners of ours, as I noted, but we're hoping to work with a broad set of partners around the world. So yeah, there we have it.
That's what I like to hear, right? Like, cause I'm an indie game guy. I love the indie game scene. So, like, if Disney's like, hey, you guys want to make like I don't know, a Star Wars indie game of some kind, or any of their property, a Toy Story indie game of some kind, that'd be cool.
Josh would be all over a XCOM Toy Story game where, like, you
Bro,
gotta
you said
lead the
that,
troops
but
in the battle.
I was sitting here thinking, like, do you remember the movie Small Soldiers?
Yeah.
Okay, so back in the day, I know it's not Disney related, but I was thinking of like toys and games, and it made me
Yeah.
think of this game that I remember playing as a kid. That was like a real time strategy game, except it was Small Soldiers, and you would literally make like, was it the Gorgonites or the fucking
Yeah, the Gorgonites, yeah.
or the army dudes, and you would just make copies of them, and they'd fight each other and like shit like that. And I was sitting here thinking, you know what? I'd play a Toy Story game like that. But yeah, I'd play fucking anything, man. I was just trying not to be like Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, because that's always my go-to, because I love Star Wars, obviously. But like any of Disney's properties would be kind of cool to have as like an indie game. If something good, if some indie company that made something really truly great came along, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
That's
gotcha.
just cool. But yeah, I mean, I like to hear that stuff, like, because we know like what the EA exclusivity with Star Wars is like, or was like.
Well,
We
yeah,
didn't.
we know what it still is like because we've only
Yeah,
had the few games in like almost 10 years, so
yeah.
it's awful. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea to begin with.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah,
They seem to have shifted their thinking on it. That's for sure here, which is
well, I
good.
mean, they're gearing up for because obviously, well, let's go back to that real quick.
All right.
So they're open to partnerships with all kinds of studios now. We know for a fact that there's an Avatar game called Frontiers of Pandora for Ubisoft. We know that they're working, or we know that Ubisoft is also because of that working on a Star Wars game.
Mm-hmm.
And then we know that they have a Indiana Jones Bethesda game that's being worked on. Is that it in terms of Disney stuff that they're, or that Disney is like, actually, tomorrow Pirates and Sea of Thieves. So
Oh yeah.
they're kind of, you know. So we know that they're definitely already like doing all this stuff. I'm curious about when Mr. Shoptaw said uh about how uh that we'll see stuff coming out here over time that will really back that up. Like, is that?
A hint at
I mean,
something.
we just had you know, we just had all this gaming stuff happen. So
Hmm.
like, I wonder when they're gonna, you know, talk about some of that other stuff, because now I'm curious, you know. Um, and like obviously we haven't had EA Play yet either, so I wonder what, you know, EA has for planned for Star Wars and whatnot, amongst other things. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. That sounds pretty good though. Like, I like that they've like completely like just changed their mindset on, you know, on game stuff. Because yeah, I mean, for a while there, it just feels like they weren't doing anything with their IP, and it's like you could
Hmm.
be doing so much if you like get the right people, you know. But I'm glad that's changing. So that's
Yeah,
good news in my opinion.
I agree. All right. If we don't have anything more to say on that, we can move on.
Um, I have some sad news for all the GTA Online people.
Ah, yes.
If you play GTA Online still on the PS3 or the Xbox 360, I'm sorry to tell you that it will be shutting down on December 16th, 2021. Uh, as they continue forward with updates for support on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, as well as prepare for the fall's launch of the new and enhanced versions of GTA 5 and GTA Online on PS5 and the Series X and S. Um, the PS3 and 360 versions, including the website stat tracking, will officially shut down on December 16th, 2021. Shark Cash cards will no longer be sold online for those systems uh, after September 15th, 2021. And yeah, this is strictly for PS3 and 360. As I just said, they're gonna continue to keep doing this stuff for you know, the last gen and current gen consoles. So yeah. Uh that's some GTA Online news, which, you know,
Brr, brr,
it
brr.
makes absolute sense that
Yeah.
I mean, listen, the PS3 and 360 is like what, two generations ago already.
Hmm.
So it makes total sense that they stop.
They
This is like,
can't. They can look, man. It's just waste of money at this point.
yeah.
Like it's just you know they need to put those funds toward the next everything else. So
Yeah, they got to work on the current gen stuff, because I mean, yeah, I mean, they have last gen with PS4 and you know, the Xbox One, but like, you know, they're gearing up for you know, the better slash enhanced versions for, you know, the current gen stuff, PS5 and the X and S. So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it makes absolute sense. They've this game has had what, it's been out since 2013. They've had 8 years. They've had 8 years of fucking GTA
Shit, man.
online.
I can't believe it's been that long since this game's been out. Like, oh, that's
Yeah,
crazy to me.
it's I know. That's why I'm like, I really wish they would do a GTA 6, but I mean, who knows, man? The GTA Online is just too much of a money milker for them, man.
They've gone the Skyrim route. You know, like here it is over here now. Here it is here now. Here it is here now. Then you got like the role play communities also like uh, adding years to that as well because you know they got the GTA Online role play servers and stuff like that, and that's big on Twitch and stuff, and that makes people want to get the game and stuff. So
Yeah,
now all I want is Cowboy Up. I want Red Dead role play servers. You know.
I mean, that'd be pretty neat. Yeah, I already got the GTA Online, or not GTA Online. Jesus Christ, I have Red Dead Online. So
Yeah,
whenever they decide to do that, I mean, I can just hop into it at any point.
be cool. Cowboy Up.
Be ready to go, boy.
Yeah, I'm right.
Anyway, moving
We
on.
already practically roleplay when we're in it anyway.
I mean, kind of.
All right, what's next?
Moving on from that, we have a rumor that EA Motive is working on reviving a, or a revival for an established IP that will make fans happy. So people are so with this rumor out there, people are speculating that it might be a new Dead Space.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
This rumor is from Jeff Grubb, by the way, who did have some leaks and rumors. Not leaks. He's like an insider. He knows things, right? He's a guy that knows things. He had some stuff for E3 that was true, and he had some things that weren't true. So,
grain of
what
salt.
you wanna speculate on this at all, Daniel? What if it's not Dead Space? What if it's something else?
Well,
What would be your guess?
that's what I was thinking, right? So like if it's not Dead Space, are we thinking so here's my train of thought right now. Are we thinking that EA Motive is going to do like um something that they've worked on previously, or do we think they're gonna get like a game that they haven't done but is like a EA like what if they do like the code, what if they do like KOTOR, or like, you know what I mean? Like if it's gonna be something that makes, because I mean we've heard previously that Aspyr is gonna be doing the KOTOR one, the
Mm-hmm.
remake, right? But I mean like there hasn't been any like official confirmation about that even existing yet. So I'm just trying to think like what's something that they could do that, is a
So
existing IP
so
that
Motive has worked on, what have they worked on? They've done Star Wars stuff, right?
they have, they did Squadrons, which I really like, but that's a um what was I gonna say, a flight simulator type game,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then they've done, battle, they were one of the three teams that worked on Battlefront 2 as well, in collaboration with DICE and Criterion. So they were one of three working on that. And then they did Star Wars Squadron. So I'm just trying to like, what could it be, because I'm not sure. I mean, if people are thinking it's Dead Space, maybe, but I mean, like,
Shit, it
what's
could
the
be
thing?
anything.
What's the thing that made people think it was Dead Space then?
I don't know. What is the thing that made people think it's the Dead Space? Like, because all I know is that, from what I understand,
So I guess
it's
apparently
established
in the
IP.
yeah, so I guess in the video he makes it kind of, I guess the guy
Grub.
Jeff Grubb, I guess in the video what they're saying is that he kind of makes it kind of obvious that they're talking about Dead Space. So okay, I mean I didn't know that, but
I don't know.
so well, I was gonna say I didn't watch the video, so I don't know. I didn't know what exactly he said or anything, but um, so okay, so that's why people are thinking it's Dead Space,
Yeah.
because
Here's
it
what
kind of
he
alludes to it.
actually says. Apparently, it says Grub also teased the game by saying we're going to see it if we're not dead first. Like that doesn't mean anything to me. How is that a tease for Dead Space? Like he
Is
uses the
that what
word
he
dead.
said?
Yeah. Like I think people are blowing it a little bit out of proportion. Like
That's a
now
little
it might
absurd.
be, it could very well be Dead Space. I'm not saying it ain't. I'm just saying what else could there be?
That's a
Now,
little absurd, man, to go
yeah,
from there to there.
yeah, that's a little bit of a leap. Um, you know how people are when they write things. You know, I think it would be something Star Wars related, just because that seems to be the things that they're like leaning on, right? Like that's what they get.
Yeah, I mean again, we said they did Battlefront 2 and they did Squadrons, so
What if it's like something completely out of left field? What if it's Command and Conquer? That'd be funny.
well, that's what I was thinking. Like, what else could like I was trying to see like what else they have done, or like what's something else that people would be pretty hype about that for an existing IP that they would bring back. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's some Star Wars related, but it's Dead
we'll
Space, but
see.
Star Wars. Star Wars Dead Space. You
Well,
play a lone stormtrooper.
that would be a new game then, though, right? Like,
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
well, I
well,
mean,
that's the thing
Star
though.
Wars is an
Like,
existing IP, but like it depends on the phrasing of it. Like, do you
well,
mean like like you know what I mean?
are we talking about something that's been made before, or are we just
Yeah,
talking about
we talking about a game series that's been done before, or you're just gonna say, oh, they're working
Star
on Star
Wars
Wars, so you know,
IP?
people love
Right?
Star Wars, so they're gonna do something in Star Wars, you know.
I don't know. What if they brought a new?
These are all, again, this is all a rumor. Like I don't I'm not I'm just gonna wait and see what happens with this because
Yeah, yeah. No,
I'm
I've got no definitive on anything at
there
all. I
is
just,
as far as I'm concerned, there is nothing happening here.
yeah. I mean, it might even be nothing, right? Like, I mean, like it may not. You might get the EA Play, and there's nothing announced that's like that. You know, so great, very much grain of salt. It was just fun to kind of speculate on what it could be. Uh,
Yeah. Well, we'll
it'd
see.
be cool.
I'm looking forward to EA Play because hopefully they will announce something like this. You know,
But they've
and
dipped their toes in Star Wars, so that leads me to think that
yeah,
it's something like that. But you know, who knows?
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Speaking of Star Wars, though, moving on to the next story. A Star Wars studio head at Ubisoft steps down. Uh, some more shit's going down at Ubi as the studio responsible for Star Wars Division and Avatar. Following the rocky year of the allegations of abuse and misconduct last year, Ubi finds itself again in murky territory. Uh, Ubisoft managing director David Polfelt is stepping down. They report that Axios reports that Polfelt will no longer be the Division, Star Wars, and Avatar Studios head as of July 1st. Ubisoft informed employees of Polfelt's departure in an internal memo. Uh, you know, it's kind of basically what they always say. It's like this person is ready for a new challenge, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
And then after a 6-month sabbatical, he will return to Ubisoft in a new strategic role. Polfelt's replacement has already been lined up, but Ubisoft hasn't said who it is yet. Um, so they look forward to sharing more details at a later date. Um, but yeah, he's just one of many Ubisoft people that have stepped down over the past year or so. Uh, while some of those other people were implicated in like misconduct allegations and stuff, it doesn't seem like Polfeld is, in case anybody's wondering.
yeah,
Just to clear that up real quick. But yeah, it's they have Ubisoft has yet to show off the Star Wars game, and we barely were made aware of the Avatar game during their E3 presentation. But who knows what this means for those games at this point, right? Who knows what
yeah,
him leaving means for those games? Well, we'll have to wait and see.
yeah. I have no uh idea what to think. Ubi, Ubi has really been in the mud last year or so. Um, Before we move on to television news, I have one game news thing, and it's because I forgot to put it in here. Uh, uh, but it's at Bioware. They have a new studio general manager. I think this got announced like at the very start of the week last week, and we missed it in the we didn't miss it in the news. It's just like it was after the Cantina was over with.
Gotcha.
I forgot to put it in here. Um, but they have a new studio general manager. Where they not they have an article here on their Bioware blog. I'll just read it really quick, just parts of it. We're delighted to announce that Gary McKay, formerly the interim general manager of Bioware, has been confirmed as our permanent GM. He joined Bioware in January of 2020 as the head of development operations before being tapped to be the interim GM in December. He brings with him more than 20 years of industry experience, saying, I started my career in the industry with EA back in 1998. And it was so exciting to see the studio and company grow in the early days. I spent the next 7 years with EA before moving on, but now you could say I've come full circle. Um, let's see what here. Uh, that's talking about what GMs do. I want to see if he had a statement on like the future of what they have planned here. It says Gary moves into his position at a particularly exciting time for BioWare, and not only because they've just released the definitive version of the original Mass Effect trilogy in the form of the Legendary Edition, um, but that's certainly part of it. He says the last year was certainly a challenge for everyone, but the team never lost focus on delivering a game that lived up to expectations, except for the eye bug that Daniel had, which was fucking hilarious.
That eye bug is just
If you haven't
if
seen
you
the
want
clip, go watch it. It's funny.
there's a clip of it, and then at some point the video will go up on YouTube if you're curious about that.
Yeah.
It'll be funny. It's funny.
He says, I'm so proud of what they've accomplished. Here's the future. Uh, Gary is unabashedly enthusiastic about the future. We're laser focused on releasing the types of games BioWare has built a reputation on, he says. High quality console, PC, and online RPG games with rich stories, unforgettable characters, and vast worlds. We continue work on the next Dragon Age and Mass Effect, and this is a milestone year, being the 10th anniversary with more to come for Star Wars The Old Republic. So a little bit of he seems to be kind of excited about what they're going to be uh, moving toward. I heard something the other day that said like BioWare is just solely focused on offline RPGs at the moment. So uh, pretty maybe a return to form, maybe. We'll see. I have no clue.
Hopefully.
But that's I believe that's all for the gaming news. Daniel, what we have the television.
We have a
Who's
couple
next?
things for TV. Yeah. So first
Not a
up,
whole lot, but a few things.
Disney Plus. For those of you who have been watching Loki, is every Wednesday morning at 12 a.m. And Disney Plus plans on shifting all of their future shows to Wednesdays instead of Fridays now. So we had Loki premiere on Wednesday, June the 9th. And then previously stuff has been premiering on Fridays, like WandaVision, Falcon the Winter Soldier, The Mandalorian. But apparently switching to Wednesday for Loki worked out for them because it became their most watched series premiere. And because of this, going forward, all of their original shows will drop on Wednesdays. And again, that includes all original scripted, unscripted, and animated stuff. So because of that, here are the new premiere dates for stuff. Monsters at Work goes from July 2nd to the 7th. Turner and Hooch, July 16th to the 21st.
That's my birthday.
Behind the Attraction from July 16th to the 21st.
Also my birthday.
Chippendale Park Life from the 23rd to the 28th. Turning the Tables with Robin Roberts from the 30th to the 28th. So that moves up. The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse Season 1B. 1B, what the? Okay, anyway, moves from July 30th to July 20th, also the same as the one before it. Growing Up Animal moves from 20th of August to the 18th of August. Short Circuit Season 2 moves from July 30th to August 4th. So those are some things that are more coming up here that are moving around for that. But yeah, how do we feel about this switch from Fridays to Wednesdays? I'll go first, and I'll say that personally, I was hoping that going forward we would keep this Wednesdays and Fridays thing, because right now we have Loki on Wednesdays and the Bad Batch on Fridays, so that gives me something to look forward to every other day of the week. Because midnight, boom, Loki on Wednesdays. Gotta wait Thursday, and then or gotta wait a day, and then Friday morning on 12 a.m. fucking Friday, boom, Bad Batch. Watch them both right when they drop. Have 2 days in the week to watch stuff. So I'm a little disappointed that it's gonna be on Wednesdays now. I think that also, like, I don't know. I mean, people apparently watch the shit out of Loki because the whole reason they're moving all these shows to Wednesdays because this one became its most watched premiere. But I figured it would make more sense to keep it on Fridays instead of Wednesdays. Because I mean, doesn't it just make more sense to have something on Friday at the end of the week than Wednesday in the middle of the week? Like
You
I
know,
don't know.
that's what I would think, right? That's what I would think. And then I'm thought, well,
You would think that, right? But apparently it doesn't matter because people will watch shit
apparently,
on Wednesdays anyway.
but I was thinking, well, maybe people go out on Fridays or something, and you know, and like spend their weekends doing something and not watching television or something.
Yeah.
What is it that what do people not do on Wednesdays that they want to watch Loki or whatever comes out on Wednesdays enough that they're like, hey, we're doing everything on Wednesday now, and I'm just like, that seems weird, you know, like, but
Yeah.
shit, they got some statistic we don't that it's like, yeah, we're doing Wednesdays. I don't know. I like what you said, like I wanted to kind of like the double dip up to the week. I
I
get the
did. Yeah,
Wednesday and the
it
Friday.
was great because again we got one show right now on Wednesday mornings, and another one on Friday mornings, and it was fantastic. I love it.
Shit, I don't know.
Because personally, like for me, I watch both, so I don't have to wait a week for something new. I could just be like, all right, Wednesday, then we wait another day, and then Friday, there you go, boom, another one. It's like, damn. But anyway, whatever, man. I just wish they would not do everything on one day. So what's gonna happen? Here's my question: what's gonna happen if they drop like more than one new show at a day, or one new show at a time? Like, are you gonna have to pick and choose which one you watch first? Like, well,
I don't
why? Like,
know.
why leave everything on Wednesdays? Why not just spread the wealth, man? Don't fucking
Well,
don't
maybe
blow
they
your.
will. Maybe they
I don't
will
know,
throw
man.
it on different days. Like, and they're just doing this for like now.
I
You
mean,
know.
I guess I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna do it in the future when they drop more than one show at a time. Like because right now so far we're getting like here's one show on this day and then the show on this day. All right, cool. You don't have to pick and choose, but like in the future when they start making multiple shows at a time, like are they gonna blow their load all on one day, or like you gotta spread the wealth, man. You can't just do it all at once, man. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're still kind of experimenting with their old Disney Plus too. I mean, it ain't that much. It ain't really that old in terms of
No, I mean
streaming platforms. So they're
it isn't
definitely
even
playing with
it,
it.
it isn't even 2 years old yet, but yeah.
Yeah, they're just playing around with it, see what they like, I imagine. And then it's perfectly possible that if they do have that kind of thing where it's like you got two big shows, I could see them moving one to a different day, or
I mean, they
or just
should
announcing one as a different day.
because making people decide between which one they watch first is, I think, is a little bullshit.
Yeah,
When you have like literally a bunch of other days in the week to drop stuff, so hopefully they'll figure that out. I mean, for now, I guess it's fine because
I mean, I'm sure
it
they'll
isn't
they'll
it
have
isn't an
something.
issue yet, but I mean, I can definitely see it being one if they're not careful. So
But yeah, it may never be an issue. They may move dates around where they'll have a show, only one show on at a time. Now I want the double dip. I want two shows on at a time, right? And I want one on one day, one on the other. But they may be like, we're just gonna do one show at a time on this, all going forward, and just move dates around where it works like that. I don't want it to be like that because it means I get a little less. But that's a possibility.
I mean, I'm just with all the shows that they're doing. Eventually, we're gonna get like multiple at around the same time. So
I
that's
mean,
that's just what I'm curious about. Like right
you
now, we have
already
Loki
do.
and Bad Batch right now. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, but I'm also talking about look at these dates here. There's already a couple of these shows that come out on the same day, but they're not like hot shows like Loki or anything or Star Wars. They're just little Chip and Dale crap. But in the future, I don't know.
Anyway, so
We'll
they're
see.
doing that.
Be interesting to see how they do it. What's
Uh,
next?
the Beauty and the Beast prequel. Speaking of Disney Plus, Beauty and the Beast prequel is happening over at the Disney Plus. Josh Gad and Luke Evans will star alongside Brianna Middleton in an 8-episode limited musical series. I forget? Did you ever watch the live action Beauty and the
I
Beast?
did. I did finally see it
So
after it'd
so
been out a few years.
what'd you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that I saw in the theater when it first came out, and yeah, I thought it was pretty good for what it was compared to like the animated one.
Mhm.
There've definitely been worse live action remakes of the animated stuff. So yeah, I thought this was one of the better ones. So yeah, I mean maybe I'll check it out. But I mean they're focusing on Gaston and what's his name, LeFou,
Mhm.
with Tilly. So we'll see. Also, is this is not even this has nothing to do with this. But anytime I hear the name Tilly, I just think of Arthur Morgan going, Miss Tilly,
Miss Tilly.
Miss
Yeah.
Tilly. That's just-
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry if you played Red Dead 2, you know what I'm talking about. If not,
Yeah.
then play Red Dead 2. You'll know what I'm talking about.
I don't see the need
So
for this show. I'll be
I
honest.
don't either. I don't either. I'm like I don't even know if I'm gonna watch this. Like part of me is like, okay, like I get why they're doing it because you have people like Josh Gad and Luke Evans, and it's a musical, and Disney loves musicals, and people love musicals, and all this other stuff. And it's only gonna be 8 episodes. It's not like they're doing too much for it or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like the movie was good, was decent, was fine, whatever. But yeah, I don't know about the show, man. I'm kind of with you
It
on that.
just
Like I'm
seems
just
like a weird thing to have a prequel on. Guys, we're gonna make a Beauty and the Beast prequel, but get this. We're gonna follow
Gaston.
Gaston and LeFou. That was one of those moments where you should
Yeah,
have threw the executive out the window, like the meme.
like the meme.
that
Yeah.
suggested that. Because I have no
Well,
urge. I have no urge to see like the villain. The same thing with Cruella. Like I have no urge to see the villain in another story other than like where they're the villain.
yeah.
Like I'm sorry, I have no interest in this. Maybe I'm just picky.
No, I mean, they like making prequels to a bunch of things nowadays, man. It's kind
And
of
they're just
crazy.
they're just as bad as those sequels they used to make to the animated movies.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I think we can move on from that. So Josh and I
Oh,
are
I
safe
can't
safe to assume that we're not like
stand to that really.
super excited about that. But here's this next piece of news is something I'm pretty excited about, and that is that
Yes.
we're gonna get our first look at Star Wars Visions and at the Anime Expo Light. So as for those of you who are unaware, Star Wars Visions is gonna be the I guess first Star Wars anime show that they've ever done. Um, so July 3rd, 2021, this year at 3 p.m. Pacific, we will be getting a sneak preview uh, at Star Wars Visions, the upcoming anthology of animated shorts celebrating Star Wars through the lens of the world's best anime creators and storytellers. Yeah, so it'll be like a half an hour panel type deal over at the Anime Expo Light. That's kind of weird that we're getting Star Wars stuff at an Anime Expo. Like that's something that's like never really happened before, and now it's like it is. It's
Yeah.
I'm excited though. Like I'm very curious what this is gonna be like and look like. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we have here.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm super interested to
So
see how
I'm
this
all
is gonna
about it.
be.
Uh, Chastity Vicencio it will be hosting, and Lucasfilm executive produces Jackie Lopez, James Waugh, Josh Rhimes, uh, and Cubic Pictures and co-executive producer Justin Leach, and producer Kanako Shirasaki will share an inside look at the Star Wars Visions before the series. Okay, so this is something I didn't know either. Is that it's going to be debuting later this year? Maybe they've said it, but I just forgot. But that's cool. This is gonna be dropping later this year, so that's another thing to look. I mean, another thing to look forward to on
Yeah.
Disney
No,
Plus.
I don't remember them saying a date. Did
I
they?
don't either. Like, I thought it was just like we're announcing this, and there's no date for it yet. But hey, apparently it's debuting later this year, so that
Cool.
makes me even more excited to check out this panel. So again, July 3rd, 2021, Star Wars Visions at Anime Expo Light, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. There you go. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking that out. I'm very curious about what that's gonna be.
Oh, it's later in the day too. Thank God. I don't have to wake up early like I did for all the E3 stuff.
That'll wrap it up for our TV news,
Television.
though. There wasn't a whole lot. So let's just go ahead and go into the movie news.
Hit it.
So for our first piece of the movie news is that Loki showrunner Michael Waldron confirms that he is working on Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie. While he was promoting Loki for Disney Plus, Michael Waldron confirmed in an interview with GQ that he is involved with Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie. Back in January, Deadline reported that Waldron had been tapped to write the movie. A few days later, Feige acknowledged the report as a leak and said there was nothing official to announce at the time. And fast forward to now, and Waldron is directly answering questions about the movie. However, since it's in the early stages of development, there isn't a whole lot to say. But this is the quote that this is the quote from GQ. It's very early days on Star Wars. That's probably the thing I can say. That's probably the thing I can say the least about it. Unfortunately, the thing Kevin Feige shares in common with Dan Harmon and Sam Raimi is an absolute collaborative spirit and a remarkable lack of ego, given what he's accomplished. Kevin is a great listener. He wants to hear your ideas, take in how you might do something, and then help you make it better. Beyond all that, he's just a cool guy. And then when he was asked what lessons he learned while working in the MCU, because he's also the writer on the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and how some of these things that he learned from the MCU can be applied to Star Wars, he said, I think the success of the MCU is for all the amazing science fiction and concepts and all that stuff. Ultimately, the success is built upon the characters, their humanity, their very relatable conflicts, friendships, and the family that is the MCU. And I think Star Wars, at its best, is a story about family. Han, Luke, and Leia were a family. You loved seeing them together, and you hated it when they were split apart. It's great characters. That's nothing new. I'm not going to blow anybody's mind with that headline, but that's my biggest takeaway. So those are his quotes about working on Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie.
I'm super interested in it. Whatever it is, whenever it comes years from now.
Also,
I'm curious.
fucking shots fired at the sequels, bro. Like
Yeah.
Luke, Han, and Leia were a family. You loved seeing them together, and you hated it when they split apart.
Yeah.
That's just me starting shit, but I mean, like,
It's true though.
yeah. God damn it. All right. Anyway.
It does feel like he took a shot.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like I'm sure he didn't mean it that way because I'm sure that's just me starting shit. But like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Nah,
You guys
bro.
know
As you read the headline, that's immediately what I thought. It's just like he's taking a shot. Like that's what it seemed like.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have some John Wick Chapter 4 news, and the news is that they've added actor Hiroyuki Sanada, which is, I mean, you guys know who this is. He is a badass, right? He's the legend. He was more recently in Army of the Dead on Netflix, and then the Mortal Kombat movie. But you guys know him, man. I mean, just all you gotta do is look at a picture of this man, and you know who this is.
Mm-hmm.
He is absolutely legendary. They put this dude in every samurai thing, you know, because he is the dude, right? He is the guy that you want in your stuff if you're going for that vibe, man. Like he is in everything. So I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in the John Wick movie, you know. So that's pretty hype. I am very excited. So not only did they get Donnie Yen for this next one, but they're bringing him in too. Like that's
dope.
pretty badass, man.
Hmm.
Pretty badass.
Hell yeah.
We have the first official image of the Shazam family.
Oh yes.
In Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
If you haven't seen Shazam yet, this is a spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. So,
but here we go. Fair warning. And there it be.
there it is. You were warned. You were all given time.
Yep. Nothing
So-
really is super life changing. I don't think in this photo.
So
We've
you
all
can
seen this
tell
before, right?
the suits look different, but I'm pissed that they removed the green suit. How fucking dare they, bro? They removed the green one and they made it black. Black is a cool color, but how you gonna have
Is it
two
black?
reds? It is. It looks black to me.
It looks like a super dark green to me. Maybe I'm just blind, which is also
I
a
mean,
possibility.
it could be really dark green, but like, why change the shade of it? Like,
I don't know because
in
I'm
the
looking at
first
the gauntlets here, and they look like right here a little green.
in the
Hmm.
first movie, you could clearly tell they
This
were
doesn't look like Power Rangers.
his suit was green.
Yeah, it's definitely. If it's not black, they've definitely made it super dark green.
Like it was like you could in the first movie you could tell it was green. Right here in this image, I cannot. It looks black.
Let me see if I can find another image of them all from the first movie. I want to do it side by side.
Yeah, do it,
Okay.
cause I'm telling you, they have two
Shazam?
reds but not a green, bro. Get that shit out of here, man. How you gonna have Shazam and then the another like? Come on, dude.
Here we go.
Wha-
Oh, wow, that's way darker, isn't it? Holy shit!
I told you, bro. Like you could straight up tell in the first movie it was green. Right here,
Alright,
it looks
alright, hold on.
black.
Let me see if I can get a.
It's like why? Like I like don't get me wrong, black is a cool color and everything, but when I think of a black Shazam suit, I think of Black Adam. And
Alright.
that dude ain't no Black Adam.
So look, here we got it. Oh, it's not showing up. It's only showing the one browser. My bad. All right, hold up. Let me do this. So here's this photo, right? This is the other suit from the first movie.
Yeah.
Way darker, way lighter. Sorry, green.
Yeah, see, look at that. So go back to the new one real quick.
Yeah, that looks almost black compared to that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm like they literally kept everybody else's suit color except for the green one. Like why even change that?
They changed her skirt up.
That's so weird, man. Like I don't understand. But anyway, that's my only issue with it. Like why get rid of the green? But anyway. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
Could just be the photo. It might end up being green.
The dark ass photo then, or whatever filter they added is,
I mean they've obviously changed it, but it could still be green. Like the thing that makes me think it's just a really dark green is like looking at the gauntlets here where they match up. That looks like green to me. Skirt shows more leg. Yeah, it does. They sexualized it a little bit, didn't they? That's kind of lame. They gave her shoulder pads, or is that just a cape?
it looks like it's the cape.
Like here, her arms are more bare. You go over here and then stay out a little bit on the sides there. Interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say on it other than how dare they get rid of the green suit? How dare I'm gonna fucking what is it? I'm gonna protest this movie until they add the green suit back. Hashtag not my green suit.
Not my Shazam.
Yeah.
And last up, we have a poster for Snake Eyes.
Yep. Which is another movie that I think we're both looking forward to. I know I am.
I'm interested in it. That's for sure. Because I'm a big fan of Snake Eyes. I know you're a big fan of Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes as well.
Theaters July 23rd. This poster looks dope. Look, you got the Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai. The Cobra up there in the
Cobra
fucking.
Strike
Sorry.
first, strike hard.
Strike hard, no mercy. God damn it. The Cobra sigil up there in the fucking corner. This actually looked really good on the wall. In my opinion, this is a good looking poster for me.
It is a pretty dope poster. I agree. Is this the IMAX poster, or is it just like a normal one? Because I know they do like different posters for different.
I don't actually know.
Like here's a Dolby one, and here's this and that, and they do posters and all kinds of different shit for different things.
I'm definitely interested in this movie. Snake Eyes was like the best part of those other movies that came out for G.I. Joe.
I think those movies are trash, but
they are bad. They're very bad, but the Snake Eyes is really cool in them.
I just think that Snake Eyes is a cool character on his own, so I'm looking forward to this for sure.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how they do this because Snake Eyes I know don't talk, so and it looks like he'd be talking in like that trailer that we watched. But
Oh,
you know.
he's gonna talk in this one. You
Yeah, but
got
that's like part of his mystique is that he doesn't talk. So is it gonna feel like Snake Eyes if he talks? Like that's something that's weird. I know it's a little thing, but it's weird
they got
to me.
they got that boy Henry Golding in this, man. They're gonna show his face and make him talk. Which
Eh.
I get your concerns, but like ultimately, like I understand why they do that, so it doesn't bother me as much. But
Yeah, I'm still. It
I
makes
get
me
where you're
more
coming from, though.
concerned. It makes me more concerned that they don't care about their source material a little bit, which makes me a little scared on it. Like it's gonna be like those other GI Joes, which it might be.
I don't think it's
I
gonna be
don't
that
know.
bad. I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
You talk about them like they're bad. The first one's bad. The second one's not that bad.
I don't know.
The first one is fucking terrible.
I don't think this movie's gonna be that bad. We'll
I
see,
mean,
but
I've got
I
some
I
concerns.
doubt it.
I think it might be.
All right. I mean, that's fine. I don't think it's gonna be that bad though, personally. But I think that's all we have
Yeah.
for the movie news, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool, cool,
All
cool.
right.
So I think we'll take a little quick break here and then come back and talk about
All right.
Summer Game Fest and E3.
We'll take a break and we'll be right back after this, guys. I'm going to mute our microphones. I'm going to pause the recording and I'm going to go to a break screen, I hope. Oh, let me fix it where
We
it
will
actually says
be
break.
right back shortly, friends.
All right, everybody, we are back. I hit the recording button or unpausing button for the recording. So we're here. We're in the second half of the show where we're going to talk about our thoughts on the Summer Games Fest and E3 2021. How are we gonna start this? Let's have a. I'm gonna open up the.
Oh, we have like Josh just said, we're going to be talking about Summer Games Fest and E3. So I think where we could start is, do you want to talk about Summer Games Fest first or E3 first?
Well, Summer Games Fest was first, right?
Yeah,
I think so. So we should probably start.
it was because
there.
there was the. I mean, technically, it was the Guerrilla Collective. Then it was the
Yeah,
kickoff live with Jeff Keighley and all that stuff.
that's true. That is true.
So I mean, we can start off with the Summer Game Fest if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Thursday,
Summer
June
Game Fest.
10th, Summer Games Fest had their kickoff live at 2 p.m. Eastern. With your boy Jeff Keighley. And then they had stuff all the next day on June or the 11th, June 11th. They had the Netflix Geek Week, and the deep dive for New World, and the Cock Prime Time, and IGN Expo, and all that stuff, right? Tribeca Game Spotlight, Devolver Max Press Plus was a part of that. They had an Escape from Tarkov thing, and the Warner Brothers Back for Blood was a part of Summer Games Fest. And then EA Play on July 22nd is also going to be Summer Games Fest, even though that hasn't happened yet. But
Yeah.
so all that stuff that I've mentioned is all Summer Games Fest things. So we'll start off with that. So what'd you
Alright.
think of the kickoff with Keighley?
I enjoyed the Summer Games Fest. It's great, and I love Jeff Keighley and what he does. I'm just trying to get up the fucking correct order here so I can see what we were at. 1 second. That it's not the right thing.
Well, I thought that the Summer Game Fest was pretty good for the stuff that we saw. I mean, I didn't watch everything. Like, I didn't watch the the New World deep dive, or I didn't really watch the Netflix Geeked Week. But I mean, I kept up with some of the news coming from that. But I really didn't watch a whole lot of these events. The only ones I really watched was the Kickoff Live, the Devolver Max Press Plus, and then the Warner Brothers Back for Blood. Those are the main ones that I watched. There was other things that I mentioned, but yeah, I didn't actually watch those. I tried to keep up with some of the stuff like from the Netflix Geek Week, like we talked about the Resident Evil news like last week, and then they're getting like fucking Wayne Brady to be a voice of one of the Cuphead on the Cuphead show or something like that. And
Yeah, he's gonna be the dice dude or something, right? Like,
yeah, and then they're getting like the Netflix or I mean the Netflix the Witcher animated show I think is also happening. I think it's called like what is it exactly, like something of the wolf.
fuck, not fuck of the wolf. Sorry,
Fuck of the Wolf, Nightmare of the
yeah,
Wolf.
that's it.
Called The Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf, a 2D animated fantasy film for Netflix. It'll be a spin-off series or a series spin-off
I,
from the Netflix show.
I didn't see any of the Netflix Geek Week stuff.
And
I don't think.
Nightmare of the Wolf is gonna follow Vesemir, and it's gonna come out at some point this year. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, I tried keeping up with some of that stuff. I don't know anything that happened from the Tribeca or the prime time, the Cog prime time thing.
The Tribeca had like a lot of. I want to say it had a lot of indie games. I can
Oh,
look at
okay.
the recap site and probably tell you. Hang on, let me go look. See here.
But anyway,
Conference. Tribeca
while
Games
Josh looks
Spotlight.
into that, yeah, I mean, I like the kickoff
Oh,
live. They showed some
yeah.
good stuff there.
Uh,
Do you have anything from the Tribeca thing or?
the Tribeca thing had Kenna. Had something from Kenna Bridge of
Oh,
Spirits
Kina.
there.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah. Which I know you were interested in. I'm interested in that as well. They also had 12 Minutes
definitely.
was there. And they showed off some Harold Halibut there, which was the claymation
Yeah.
dealio
Okay,
they had
that
there.
makes sense then.
I don't know
That
which of these Kina videos was theirs. I guess it's this one. Oh, it's just looks like a dev interview.
I mean, well, that game looks great though. Like I'm definitely
Oh, here we
looking
go.
forward to that one.
I can put this up for you. Why are you at 7? Oh, it's only 720p. Lame. Yeah, I'm super interested in this game. It didn't feel like they. I feel like last year when we saw it, yeah, I feel like this should have got more coverage. That's what I'm trying to get at here. I feel like I wanted to see more of this, and they didn't show a whole lot of it. I don't think it didn't feel like they did. Maybe they did, and I'm just in another world. But I'm really looking forward to this game, and I know you are too.
Well, there's still a couple months before it comes out, so I'm sure we'll get more.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah, it just felt like last year it was a much bigger deal, but it got announced last year is probably why.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff they talk about, I think in the Tribeca thing was they were talking about how like yeah, we have this friend that's a voice actor. They came in and did the voice of the main character. Like they've never done it before, and it's like you hear the voice in the game, and it's like this sounds like a professional voice actor, like that has been doing it for a very long time. And they're like, yeah, we had some friends that make music. They put music in the game. You listen to the music in the game, and it's fucking great. It's awesome. It's like, um, so I'm definitely looking forward to this game. When it comes out soonish. What was it? Do you know the date on this off the top of your head, Daniel?
Yeah, it's like August 24th or something like that.
Yeah, so fairly
It's
soon.
yeah, so a couple months away.
Relatively.
But there's still some time for them to show a little bit more.
Yeah. And when I said I wanted more, it just means I just want to see more of the game because it's pretty and I like it and it's super interested in it. So yeah, that was there. The Tribeca. The other thing at the Tribeca, we talked about this claymation game.
Harold Halibut.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna throw it up again to wait, is this it? Yeah, here we go. Just huge shout outs to these guys that are I can only imagine I can only imagine how hard it is to make a game like that. Like, I'm sure it's hard to make games anyway, but fuck man, the fucking claymation things, like Probably next level kind of difficult, I'd imagine. Uh, and it looks.
Yeah.
I probably won't play this game. I might watch somebody play this. This feels like a game I'll watch Zeke play. I feel like Zeke will end
Mhm.
up playing this because it seems kind of there's like a weirdness to it, and maybe that's because it's claymation. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, I'm kind of in the same
Uh,
boat. I don't know if I'll play it myself or just watch somebody else play it. But I'm definitely uh interested for the art of it alone, you know?
yeah. At the Tribeca, that was kind of like all there is there for me. There wasn't really much. They only showed off like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They only showed off like 8 games, um, which isn't a whole lot for one of these types of deals. But and like out of those two, it was like Kena Bridge of Spirits and 12 minutes that kind of got me. Yeah. The other going back to the kickoff show though was like
Yeah, the opening of opening event of the
of
Summer Games
Summer
Fest.
Games Fest. Yeah. Uh,
So like we kind of
uh,
already last week went over some of the games
yeah.
that we were looking forward to that, so we're not gonna necessarily go too deep into that. But yeah, go ahead, Josh.
I was just gonna say like I like Keeley's presentation and what he does at Summer Games Fest, and just like it's not to me it's perfect, especially with how he handles the um co-streaming and stuff like that. Is kind of what I wanted to talk about more so than the games because we kind of went over the
Yeah,
games a bit and
we already
like
went over that.
and if I wanted I can always just show off the part of the screen here to show like some of the stuff that was shown. Um, um, I think where E3 stumbles, which I'm sure we'll get into soon, Jeff Keighley does it perfectly uh, in his presentation and talking to the devs and telling them and talking and just his communication with like the co-streamers, right? Where he's like, "Listen, you'll be able to co-stream this, no problem. Got the music, all that's good. You know, we'll let you know." So that's kind of what I wanted to say on the Summer Games Fest portion of this thing, and I think they had some good games here. And the biggest thing that stands out to me in his in Keeley's presentation is just how excited he is. Like before they
Oh
showed
yeah,
off the Elden fucking Ring trailer, just
he's hyping that up. Yeah,
you could tell that was a man that was really excited that he got this for his fucking show, and which shows me that he cares. He cares a great deal about it. So like it matters. That matters to me. It conveyed that to me without even having to say that to me. Like just huge props to him and what he does over there, and I hope he continues to do it, and probably will continue to do it. Um, because in my opinion, the Summer Games Fest part of it was probably almost pretty close to the best part of all the game stuff that happened during that week. How you feel about that, Daniel?
um, I do like the way that Keeley does stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you on that. He definitely was very excited, and you could tell with when he starts like tweeting stuff out and uh he was very like once the whole Elden Ring thing was brought up, he's like, "Oh, I've been working on this for years. They just weren't ready to show anything, but I've been trying to get this." And like when it dropped, I think like after in the post show when when he like goes and talks about all the stuff that happened in the thing, I
Mm-hmm.
think he must have replayed that damn Elden Ring trailer like I don't even know, but he like replayed it like again and again and again, bro. Like, he was pretty hyped about that.
Yeah.
Um, and even though that's not a game that like I will be playing or anything like that, like I don't really care about it that much. But I know there's people out there, a ton of people who do, and people were really looking forward to that one and all that stuff. And he was very hyped to get it, and that's a cool thing that like not the E3 didn't get that reveal, he got it. You know what I mean? So it's pretty dope to see. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I love all stuff he did. Like I love the fucking you know the VGAs at the end of the year in December, right? Like the the video
Yeah,
game awards. Like he does all this stuff like in the summer and in the winter and like
yeah. He has reveals at the awards too, man. Like
yeah, like
Keely's dude.
it's
Keely's a fan that works for the fans, man. Like that's what I get about Keely.
yeah, he's great, man. Like, he may love Kojima and stuff a little bit too much, more than I more than I would personally, because I mean I like I don't really get the whole like you know the fascination or the whole I don't get that whole
yeah,
stuff with Kojima. Like I just know him as the Metal Gear guy, but I don't really I haven't played the Metal Gear games. I've like seen people play them, but like I'm like whatever. But but he's a cool dude, right? Like
hmm
Keely's cool, man. He like you said, he does stuff, for us because he's one of us, right? Like I
yeah.
remember watching Keely back in like G4 and like all this other stuff, man. Like he's
hmm
cool, man. He's cool. So yeah, I thought that the summer Games Fest kickoff live event was pretty good. I'm pretty sure that Josh threw up um the recap of all the things that happened at the Summer Games Fest kickoff.
I sure do. I have them up right here.
There was a list of things that happened.
Yeah, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands was announced.
Yeah.
Uh, which I was a little lukewarm on, but I'm kind of warming up to a little bit. I'm kind of like interested in it now. Like, you know. Um,
Oh.
then Metal Slug Tactics of all things was kind of announced, which was
So
interesting.
they had some things here and there that thing that I was like, okay.
Daniel's
They
real high for the Death Stranding director's cut. Let me tell you.
oh
No, he
let me
can't.
tell you how they pull the Metal Gear fucking
Mhm.
keys in Death Stranding and then they ended up meaning nothing other than the director's cut.
Oh my god.
But
Kojima's
anyway,
so weird.
yeah,
Okay,
but
yeah,
I mean,
move on from
but there
that.
was other stuff that I liked, like the Evil Dead the game looked pretty cool, and
Yeah, I can throw that
uh,
video up.
a Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. Before I knew it was a BR, looked pretty neat. I mean, I'll still check it
Right?
out, but
I've never been so hyped for something just for it to crash when I learned what it was. No, which is kind of a bummer. Yeah, this Evil Dead game looks great.
yeah, it looks fun, dude. It definitely reminds me of like Dead by Daylight and like Friday the 13th and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I'll definitely try. I definitely want to test this game out. It looks like it could be fun for sure. So there's just stuff here and there that looks uh interesting. Like I think honestly each conference had like at least one or two things,
Yeah.
but I mean there wasn't. I mean, we'll talk about it after we're done with E3 about like who's the winner of E3 or whatever. Because I think Josh and I kind of share the same opinion, so we're not gonna spoil that for you guys just yet, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think each one had like, well, I'm not gonna say each one because I honestly Gearbox didn't do shit for me. But anyway, uh, there was at least for the most part, each one of these had like one or two things at least that I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, like I'll check that out. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, yeah. Um. So yeah, that's one of the other things. Evil Dead the game at
Watch,
the
this looks fun.
kickoff live.
This also had your boy Ash narrating it too. It's
You
cool.
did, yeah. Bruce Campbell was narrating the whole thing, which I'm sure you guys can hear because we're playing the audio for this right now.
Actually, we're not because I forgot to. I had it
Oh
muted as we
well,
were talking.
never
Well,
mind.
we were talking over it, is why I had it muted.
Yeah, no, I get you. I just
But yeah, we have it playing. But yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we'll check this out at some point. I'm
Sorry.
sure it'll be on the Game Pass or whatever, So
Yeah, I think this is a Game Pass one. Like Xbox,
everything's on the fucking Game Pass with them.
but almost right. Like just about. Like, I'm sure it'll say here at the end if it is. All right, you get the. Does this dude have a name? Like the fucking. I can't think of it.
Probably, but I don't know it off the top of my head, to be
I
honest.
don't either. I just couldn't remember. Coming 2021. Oh, it
Yeah,
doesn't
I
say
don't
Game
know.
Pass. Maybe it's not a Game Pass thing.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Maybe. I just yeah. We'll see. That is a fair point though. They did not show this at the Xbox one. They showed it at the at the kickoff live.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I do want to point out something that was weird, and I know you probably thought it was a little weird too. But the Overwatch 2 thing,
oh yeah.
that was a
Like
little
listen,
strange.
I'm looking forward to the game, but for them to bring up dude and just be like, here's 2 skins for the next game, like what?
Yeah,
Like
like they
what do you
spent two
mean?
minutes on this. They spend 2 minutes on this. It's a little. I don't want to say awkward because it wasn't necessarily awkward, but it was like, yeah, here's these 2 skins, and look at all
It's
these
something
details, and
it's
it's
something they could have just put in like a YouTube video or something, you know?
yeah,
I
like
mean, I guess if I had to guess, they're like they still want people to be aware that Overwatch 2 is still a thing. So they're like, oh, let's just go do something for it, you know, anything.
mm-hmm.
But I don't know,
It just
man.
seems so strange to do that. I feel like if you're gonna show up, you better bring more than we got 2 skins, right? Like, I, I don't. It just seems strange. Seems strange. Um, and then like right before this, didn't they lost Kaplan like what, a month ago or something
Yeah,
like
like a
that.
month or two ago, yeah.
Yeah, and like it felt, when you lose somebody important off your team, right? If you feel like you need to be reassured just a little bit, and then they come in and are like, "Here's 2 skins." It wasn't quite that reassurance you kind of want, I would say. Uh,
Yeah.
it just felt a little weird to me. I know you wasn't a big fan of like it just showing up and just being skins. I know you want to kind of look more in
I
that.
wanted more, you know, but whatever, dude.
It was weird. Um. Overall, really enjoyed the Summer Games Fest kickoff. Um. Stuff.
Yeah.
What did we have next?
So next up would probably be. I mean, I didn't watch any of these other ones, like the New World Deep Dive or the
I didn't watch that.
Netflix Geeked or the the Tribeca. I mean, we already talked about Tribeca one, but anyway,
Yeah.
Devolver Max Press Plus. Let's talk about that.
All right. That
I
was
thought
fun.
that was entertaining as hell.
It absolutely was.
And I actually like, to be honest, one of the games they showed off is one of my most anticipated ones. Trek to Yomi. I am
Yeah.
super excited for that. That's probably like one of, if not the most anticipated game for me. This that they showed off at at this any of these conferences recently. Like I'm super excited for that, man. Like I am all about this. I'm all about this, and I cannot wait. I added it to my wish list, like I think on the spot, dude. Like it is. I can't wait for this game to come out, dude. I will definitely stream this. It comes out next year though. But yeah, this is gonna be badass, dude. I can't wait. You guys know how much I love Ghost of Tsushima and samurai stuff, and it's I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, this looks cool. This looks real cool.
The whole black and white, it's
Uh,
all black and white too. Looks very Kurosawa. Oh man.
yeah,
Ah,
I'm definitely interested in it. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, one of
Very.
the more interesting things they showed at the Law reveal.
Yeah, I can't wait. Even just like the little bits of like just this little bit of trailer that we saw. I got me, dude. Hooked me like.
God, I feel like they showed more than they actually did, but I guess it's because I was just entertained the entire time by their antics at the Volver is so much fun to watch because they do this gigantic skit all
Yeah,
around their
I always
office, and
like
it's just
seeing
funny.
the crazy shenanigans that they get up to for sure.
Yeah. I think this is something I found kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know how much I'm gonna play it or anything. But this Inscription game that they showed, that's kind of like this inky like card based type game thing, looked kind of interesting to me. It looks just looks different, and I like trying things that look a little different because you never know what you might like and might surprise you with how good it is. Although it looks kind of creepy too, so you know, it's
Hmm.
definitely strange. So that this thing kind of caught my interest a little bit. Um, Devolver for me always gets high marks just because they don't take themselves too seriously, and
Nah, it's
and it's
it's a
just
fun
fun.
time watching their thing.
Although I was curious, like this is the conference that made me hungry because they were constantly eating chili dogs
Chili
throughout
dogs, yeah.
like every few segments there would be a chili dog break almost where people would be getting chili dogs.
I'm just glad I'd eaten like before. I think before that, or I forget when, but I had me like a sandwich. So I was like, fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah, Daniel streamed most of this stuff, and I was hanging out with him when he
Yeah,
did.
it was pretty nuts. It was pretty nuts.
Yeah,
Last week,
especially on some of
let's
those couple
I
days
don't
were
normally
long.
stream on the weekends, but it was busy weekend streaming that stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah. That's
But yeah, I think like for me personally, I Trek to Yomi was like the biggest one.
Yeah, it's kind of the
Um,
same. Like that is the
there
biggest
was
one
some
here.
other ones that were okay, like
Wizard with a gun look like
yeah, Wizard with a Gun
Don't
look
Starve
like Don't
Together.
Starve, and yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Devolver event would always, yeah. Again, I'm gonna go back to just their like whole presentation about the whole skit that they do every year is just probably my favorite part of it.
I was just thoroughly entertained the entire time I watched it. You
Yeah,
know,
it was fun. They just don't give a fuck, and you love to see it, man.
it wasn't like the Cock Prime Time, which I feel bad for anybody that was forced to watch that, which
Oh, because
was really.
some people were sponsored and stuff for that
There
one,
were a
right?
lot of people that. So to take a break in between the games and stuff, just to kind of talk about some of the things that I saw as a failure. Holy fuck, was that an absolute failure? Because my god, they sponsored. When you sponsor somebody to do something, right? You think they might have just a little bit, of a passing interest in it. The Cock Primetime or Coke Primetime or Primetime, how you say it, it's a German word. Um, is it was just bad. It was just a lot of like dev interviews, and that's cool. Like the devs talking about their thing, but at the very least, you could show the gameplay and stuff while they're talking about it. But these seemed like very long-winded interviews, and just wasn't very. It was very not fun. And then they sponsored like a bunch of streamers to watch this stuff, and like the streamer I ended up watching talk about it wasn't even like sponsored for it. He was literally um just poking fun at his friends that were sponsored to do it instead. I was watching JP poke fun at
Fucking
Cole and Zeke
fucking
at it
JP, man.
while he watched the IGN Expo, which was apparently much more interesting uh, than that was. Or the IGN, I guess it's the Expo, right? They showed games here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think because we're gonna talk about overall how we feel on it, but that one, I just don't understand. Like, if you're gonna sponsor people to watch something, I would fully expect them to like it just a little bit, not what that was. Like, go watch JP's VOD of him doing it because it's pretty funny shit in there. I was showing it to Daniel, and it was like, when he was poking fun at Zeke and Co. was pretty hilarious to me.
It was quite funny. I have to say, yeah.
Yeah. What are we going to talk about next? Ubisoft?
No,
Uh,
we're still going through the Summer Game Fest stuff. So the next thing would be, I guess, I didn't watch Escape from Tarkov.
what are we on? What day? What event?
The next one would be Escape from Tarkov on the 13th. So I didn't watch that one though.
I don't I didn't watch that one.
And then the only other thing for now is the Back for Blood.
I also didn't watch the Back for Blood thing. I don't think.
I
If I did, I
did,
wasn't paying attention.
and I mean honestly, they like. I think the only thing what they ended up doing was showing off all the creatures or the monsters or zombies or whatever you want to call them. I
Oh
think they have
wait,
a
I
name
did
for them,
watch
but I didn't
this.
watch it.
My my brain is bad.
So yeah, I ended up watching that, and so they showed off all the because you can play as either the characters or these creatures, right? And that was pretty much it. Like they kind of showed some of the same stuff from before, so
That is
there wasn't anything really there that was too different. But I guess that's it for Summer Game Fest because those are the events for that. Again, we have uh Steam Next Fest, which is also part of Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, it's still currently ongoing.
And that's still ongoing. I know Josh talked about that
Till
earlier in the
till
show.
tomorrow.
And then the only like main thing that I would say for Summer Game Fest won't happen until next month, which is EA Play.
Yes.
So a month from tomorrow, be EA Play. And again, I don't know why this is so late in comparison to some of this other stuff, but I mean, I'll be watching it. I'm gonna be checking it out. So
Oh yeah, the EA Play. I have no
keep an
clue
eye
why they.
keep an eye out for that because we'll definitely be talking about that. But that's that. I think that covers Summer Game Fest, the events.
Yeah, currently.
So overall, Summer Game Fest. How do we feel about it?
I'm thumbs up. Overall, I mean, like the kickoff and
And the
the
Devolver
Volver.
ones are probably
Yeah.
that's probably
The
where it was
Tarkov
at.
thing I didn't see, and the Back for Blood thing. I mean,
Yeah,
they
I
were just
mean
talking about Back for Blood, which I'm
there was
interested
a
in.
lot of this stuff on the 11th that I didn't watch, June 11th, because I just I don't know. I didn't feel like there was gonna be anything too big coming out of that, so I just
Oh
didn't end up
yeah,
watching it.
the Tribeca
But
game spotlight was cool.
but yeah, I think we pretty
Um.
much talked about
Oh,
everything in the Summer Game Fest.
overall, I enjoyed it. There were some things that were like bad, like the Cock Prime Time, which is part of Summer Games Fest, was not very
Yeah.
good.
How do you say that, by the way? Is it cock or is it coke or
It's
koch or
it's
how do
it's
you?
not it's not like Coke. It's kind of like cock, but it's like a ha at the end of it, like ha. I don't know exactly how to say it, but like
I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I didn't watch that. I was too
I just
busy.
call it cock because it was bad.
I was too busy. I was too busy fucking playing Mass Effect to watch all that stuff. But
I
anyway.
didn't watch the cock thing. I watched JP watch the cock thing, which was pretty funny. Also, don't ever say you watch somebody watching a cock thing because that's really weird to say.
Hey man, you do you, I guess, right?
Oh Lord,
Live
you
your
know what
best
I
life,
mean.
people. Anyway, yeah.
Uh,
So I thought it was also okay. Um, again, yeah, I think the highlights were definitely the kickoff live and then the Devolver Max Press Plus. Uh, I'm very much looking forward to EA Play. That'll be the next big one next month, as I said. But yeah, I think overall, yeah, thumbs up from Summer Game Fest. Looking forward to seeing what Keeley does for next year and all that stuff, and definitely for the Video Game Awards in December. So yeah, with that, let's get into E3. So E3 begins with Ubisoft Forward. Then they have the Gearbox Entertainment and Games Beat session. On the on That's all on the 12th, and then on the 13th we have the Naraka Blade Point showcase, the Xbox and Bethesda showcase, Square Enix presents, PC Gaming Show, Future Gaming Show. And then there was a lot of stuff on Monday the 14th that I did not watch either. And on the 15th, we have the Nintendo Direct, Bandai Namco, Eureka Games, GameSpot Play for All, and the E3 2021 Award Show, which I didn't watch either. But
I didn't watch
let's
a
start
lot
off.
of that
Let's
stuff. The 14th,
start off
15th.
with the Ubi Forward.
Moving forward. They
Ubi
showed off
forward.
the Rainbow Six thing, which I have issue with.
We talked about that last week. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Man, I'm sorry, but Ubisoft just fell flat for me, man. Like I don't know, like it was
They
like
didn't really do a whole lot. They had like the Rainbow Six thing, and they talked about the DLC for Watch Dogs Legion, and here's this for For Honor and the Crew 2 Year 4, and they're adding TMNT to fucking Brawlhalla. So like it wasn't. Yeah, I mean there wasn't a whole lot, but I mean it is what it
um
is, right?
the other thing that made this E3 very interesting was all the DMCA stuff that was going on because uh you're always at risk of that when you're streaming and people play these fucking licensed music, and at any point you could be hit with something, right? Um, so Twitch had two streams, and one was like the actual like official stream, which was like from Ubisoft and had like all that copyrighted music and stuff. And then
Yeah,
Twitch had a stream called Twitch Gaming, which when Just Dance, I was watching. We were watching the conference. Um, in the Twitch Gaming one, when Just Dance came on, it cut out all the music that would be playing that they were playing on screen and played this other generic ass music that was just weird. And this happened in several conferences as a whole, and some of them was just strange and weird. Like because I was watching because after we done a conference, right, like after Daniel and I watched one later that day or night when JP would put his VODs up, because I'm a fan of JP and the content he puts out, and the people and the guests he has on the show, I would go and watch on his drop frames over there at twitch.tv/MEJP. Give him his plug because I did mention him.
yeah.
I would go watch his VODs of those people watching the same vids, and they were watching the Twitch Gaming one. And man, did it make for some weird things, stuff, moments. So uh yeah, that was a overall Ubi didn't do a lot for me.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this Rainbow Six Extraction, but I mean, I kind of see your point as to they didn't have to make it Rainbow Six. They could have just made it its own separate thing.
Yeah, I mean,
But
my biggest issue with it's just the name. It's not the gameplay or anything. It's just the name.
yeah, so I am intrigued by that one. I mean, I haven't played Siege in forever. I don't play Ghost Recon. Riders Republic is not for me. Just Dance. I mean, they got to show it every year, so whatever. Haven't played Valhalla yet, so the game updates are nothing for me right now. Far Cry 6. I mean, honestly, like I'm not too much of a Far Guy person. Like I like Blood Dragon, and that's kind of where my Far Cry stuff ends.
If you played one Far Cry, you played them all because they're
Um,
literally the same game, pretty much.
the thing I am actually intrigued about the Avatar game though. I want to see some gameplay, but they have my interest in that. But I actually want to see what the game looks like and how it plays and all that stuff. So
Yeah, I'm kind of in the wait and see mode with that as well.
yeah, so we'll see what's up with that. But yeah, Obi didn't really do a whole lot. So for me, they kind of it wasn't the best.
Fell a little flat. Also,
Uh,
with all their issues they've had the last year, and didn't acknowledge any changes or we're going to try to be better. Any of that was a eh, little, little tone deaf, I think. Uh,
so the
yeah,
next
it
thing that
was.
we have is the if we're done with Ubi.
Yeah, let's move on.
So the next thing we have is the Gearbox um entertainment thing event. Which I mean, to me, I thought this was a terrible event because
No, yeah, it was awful. It was booty.
they talked about the movie primarily, which is fine. You can do that if you want to, but I just I wanted to see games and stuff, right? So they did
Yeah,
they did talk about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands a little bit more, which again I am intrigued by that one, so that one's on my radar. But we had seen that one already, so it wasn't anything new. They talked about Homeworld 3, the Godfall, And then there is one game that I think Josh and I are kind of interested in, and that's Tribes of Midgard. So that's probably the one we'll focus on
Yeah.
because we talked about it a little bit last week. But yeah, another Viking-esque game
The big thing with this one
here,
is a lot of co-op, a lot
and you
of
have
large
you can
number.
play up to 10 people if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's up to 10 people, and that is infinitely appealing to me.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
there's a lot of people we play games with, and
Mhm.
when
It's growing.
when most games these days are only like you can only play with 4 people, it's like it's rough, man. We need more games like this where you can play with 10 of your homies and just chill out, right? Like it's
Mhm.
we need more stuff like that. So
I was
definitely
actually,
this is
I was kind of hoping more people would get Battlefield and stuff too. You know,
I
like
mean
when,
that'll be
uh,
a fun one. Yeah, that'll
yeah,
be a fun one, I think.
roll in deep with your squad. But anyway, this looks uh cool. You know, we're big on the Viking shit right now. Thor Ragnarok, God of War, and all that kind of stuff seem to have inspired a bunch of these kind of games to come along, right?
Yeah.
Um, the only game I could think of that was like pre any of that was Northgard. Do you remember Northgard? Uh,
Yeah, I
like
do.
came out a few years ago, that RTS game. Oh, yeah, but this is cool, man. Like you kind of build up your little civilization, and then at nighttime monsters come out, and then like, and if you have so much time to prepare for the giants to come or whatever. This looks cool. This looks, anything I can play with my friends, of which I have many apparently for some reason because they're great people and take pity on me. Um, I am definitely excited for. So
Yeah,
that
so
is your,
Tribes of Midgard. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on that one for sure.
yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it from the Gearbox one. I mean, I
Yeah,
again,
Gearbox was all about Randy Pitchford trying to get himself over at the old movie, Borderlands movie, and I was just like meh on all of that. Like, especially because they can't show anything. Like, you just run around talking to people. And it was not interesting at all to me, other than, like, the Tribes of Midgard thing. This was a big to me. Like, it was bad.
yeah,
Uh,
I don't have
okay.
anything else to say about that. I just wasn't big fan. I don't know what the hell happened at the Games Beat session, but apparently that was a part of E3. I didn't end up watching that.
What was that? I don't even know what
So
that is.
I don't know what happened there. I didn't watch the upload VR showcase because I don't have VR. So I was like, I don't,
Yeah.
whatever. So we're gonna move a day and go to Sunday, June 13th. They start off with the Naraka Blade Point event, but I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch
Uh,
that either.
so I mean, I've seen what the game looks like. It's interesting for a battle royale. I may try it out at some point, but I haven't yet, so I can't really speak on it too much. So I think what we should do is we should just jump in straight into the Xbox and Bethesda event.
Yeah, let's do it.
So that's because that's the next one, and that's a big one. So we'll talk about that one here.
Really, probably one of the, in terms of E3, the coolest one to me, personally.
One of the better ones for sure.
Yeah.
So they started off with Starfield, which is a game that I've been having on my radar since it was announced because
Hmm.
I am into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and they showed off a little bit, but we still didn't get to see gameplay or anything, right? So
Yeah. Well, this is all in the engine, so the game will look like this, I believe. But no, we didn't see any like actual gameplay or anything.
yeah, so
I definitely want to see more.
that's that's what I want is I want to see more of this because I am definitely very interested and intrigued by this one for sure.
Yeah, because I don't know what it's about like at all. Like all I know is that we're going to space. That's it. We're going to space. And that sandwich looks delicious. Um,
Hmm.
but other than that, there's like not a lot of info out there about what it actually kind of is. Like it's just like it's Skyrim in space. See, all right, well that's cool. That doesn't mean anything to me. like I want details. I want to know: am I going to get to pick my own ship? Am I going to get to customize my ship? Am I going to customize my person that I'm playing as?
I was gonna say your character. Like, do you have a default person, or are you gonna make your own?
Do
Or
I get a
like, yeah,
mech? Right there's a giant robot. Do I get the robot? Is it going to be my pet? Can I wear it like a suit? Do I get away from her, you bitch moment, like the aliens? You know,
like
like
aliens, yeah.
yeah, like I need info. I need details. The trailer's cool and all, but I need details. All right,
Give me more. Yeah,
you
but
know.
from what we saw here, I'm still on board with it.
Also, I'm surprised we got a release date, which was
Yeah,
but kind of surprising.
and this is the first of many games that will be on the Xbox Game Pass, by the way.
But yeah, and it's exclusive, right? It's just gonna
Yeah,
be
it's an
like
exclusive Xbox PC game. Yeah,
there were some people were not very happy about that. I don't think that worked at Bethesda. I think they
yeah,
came out and even said that.
yeah.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure they were. Yeah,
mhm.
I remember hearing about that. I think was it Pete Hines that said
I
something
think
about
it
that,
I
or
think it was Pete Hines that said something about
because
it. Yeah.
I remember because like yeah, I think it might have been Pete Hines. But anyway, so then they showed Stalker 2, which I know Josh is looking forward
Oh
to.
my god, that looked
That
that
actually
this looks
looks
great.
like very like current gen. Like it looks like very much like it
Yeah,
belongs like now, you know.
the current gen game, like,
The current generation is here thanks to this.
and this has a date too. This is a pretty long trailer, so we'll just skip through it a little bit. But when we get to the gameplay, here I'm gonna skip ahead. Hello, damn ya! There we go. Look at this. This is gorgeous. I mean, like reflections and smooth. Um, there's a 4K version of this trailer. You guys aren't getting the 4K version of it because I'm like restreaming it. But go check that out. Like the actual crazy good looking version. Like, man, this to me this looks nutty. Like
It is nutty.
the my PC is gonna be screaming at me when I play
Like
this, and I am gonna be
it
playing
looks
this.
pretty fantastic.
And I was excited for Stalker before I even saw this. You know, like it's just my type of game. Uh,
You know what's
I
funny
played
is
some of the
earlier
older ones.
I said that
Mhm.
we were gonna talk about the games, but here we are
But here
talking
we
about the
are.
games.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, you kind of have to.
Yeah, I mean the only reason why is like we kind of already went through them last week, the ones that we were like interested in.
yeah,
So we'll try to go through some of these other ones a little quicker.
yeah,
But yeah,
not a whole lot. I'm excited for it. It looks pretty.
yeah. So that's another one. There's Back for Blood, which again we saw that one. Looks I've already played it actually as well.
Yeah, you played
Uh,
the
fun, but it's like a Left 4 Dead type dealio. Um, for those of you who are still unaware, I'm pretty sure most of you are though. But
yeah. We play the shit out
yeah,
of those
that's what
games.
that is. Contraband has me interested.
I'm interested in it. I want to know more.
We didn't see anything other than like here's it was an announcement trailer, so they just showed you they played some cool music and they showed you the name of the game, and that's pretty much it. But I mean, I'm with that alone, I'm intrigued. The game takes place in like the 70s or something, and it's gonna
Yeah,
be
and
like a heist game from what I know. So
yeah, it was like
that
a
has
smugly
yeah,
heisty type of
that
game.
kind of has me on board just based off that. But I want to see what the game looks like and how it plays and all that good stuff. Sea of Thieves: The Pirate's Life coming out tomorrow. Very excited. I mentioned earlier how we were playing some Sea of Thieves and we
You'll get our
reinstalled that and all that
feedback
stuff.
on that one like immediately too next week,
Yeah,
I guess.
we'll be playing that for sure. Um, what else? Battlefield 2042. The gameplay trailer for that was fantastic.
That looked hype. Looked hype.
That looks fun. I haven't played a Battlefield game since Battlefield 4. But I may get this one. I may get it. It looks like looks like it could be fun, man.
Out of all this game stuff announced, this might be the biggest surprise to me. Is that Battlefield is one of the things I'm most excited about. Like, can you imagine me saying that like 2 weeks ago before we knew about Battlefield? I would have never said that. But goddamn, here we are.
Here we are, man. So you never know, dude. I know Josh is looking forward to 12 minutes.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. That's sure.
Let's see.
Psychonauts 2 is not my deal.
Party Animals looks like it could be a fun co-op thing with your friends, just goofing around, being
Yeah.
animals and messing with each other. So that'll be something that it'll be on the Game Pass as well. That'll be something that we'll probably check out at some point. Halo Infinite, the multiplayer, like I'm not gonna play the story because I just whatever. But the multiplayer, I will, because not only is it free to play, but it looks like it reminds me of like the old multiplayer from the older games, which that's probably pretty much all are. But yeah, it's gonna be free to play, and it's like separate from the main game, so you don't have to get the main game to get to play the multiplayer, which I think is pretty badass.
That's smart. That's smart.
They're making it separate, and
Mhm.
I'm about it, dude. I'll be trying it out, to be honest.
Because
I'm gonna
look,
check it out.
me who's not a Halo fan, right? I would almost never play a Halo game. I wouldn't waste my money on it because I'm not I'm not a Halo fan. Like they don't grab me at all. I have my issues with it, but I will definitely play the multiplayer because it's free, and my friends will be trying it out, and I'll play anything with my friends, whether it's something that appeals to me or don't. Because when you're with your friends, it's fun, right? Um, some people were kind of upset that there wasn't like a definitive release date for the story stuff. Like I don't think they gave a release date for the story stuff, did they? I don't think.
I think it's just coming out uh, like what is it called? Like winter this year, or what is it called?
Yeah, it's
Like
got quarter
when
four or whatever.
when everybody goes nuts over like Christmas gifts and stuff, like it'll be around for
Black
that time.
Friday.
It'll be
We'll
around
see.
holiday season or whatever you want to call it. It'll be around
Yeah.
for then. It'll be around for holiday season this year. So that's the term I was looking for.
I
Holiday
just know
season.
JP was really upset because he's like, look, it doesn't have a date. It's on the Xbox box. And then he held up his Xbox box that had Halo on the back of it. Which was kind of funny to me. So some people were a little bummed about that. The Diablo 2 Resurrected got a street date coming to Xbox a couple months from now, September 23rd, I think. If you're a Diablo fan, you get your HDified game. I didn't play A Plague's Tale. Daniel, you did, right?
Plague Tale, yeah, I played a Plague Tale Innocence, which is the first one. Really really good game, honestly. Like I recommend it. It's pretty good.
I need to try it.
I would definitely tell people to try that out because it was good. So I'm looking forward to Plague Tale Requiem. Absolutely.
That's cool.
That's coming out I believe next year. It'll be on the Xbox Game Pass as well. Um, I'm a little intrigued by Atomic Heart. It seems like a weird,
Yeah, that's really
trippy
weird.
game, but I'm kind of on board with it from what we saw. Like I want to see
Yeah.
more, but yeah, I think it'll I think it'll be I think it could be a fun one. It reminds me of like Wolfenstein and like, BioShock and like just different things combined.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely got that kind of vibe to it. Replaced, bro. This shit I'm super interested in.
Yeah, I know you're
Uh,
looking forward to that one for sure.
it's a pixel art side scrolly deal. We talked about it last week. The music grabbed me. It's on my list. It's on. I definitely want to check that out when it comes next year. I'm still looking for the music for it too because it's fucking good. I haven't played Grounded in a while, but they announced the Shroom and Doom update. That's cool. Not much to say on it. They're adding like more building options. You can actually sit down, which apparently people wanted. It's a little weird thing to mention, but the trailer for it was pretty funny though. As long as you don't mind the creepy crawlies. 15 player lobbies for Among Us, which is a lot of people to murder. Is a thing. I'm not interested in the next thing, but I am interested in the Ascent, um, which is like that cyberpunk, like action RPG, top down, run around style RPG, kind of like Path of Exile or Diablo. Super interested in that. That looked cool. Age of Empires, October 28, 2021. Interested in that. Were you interested in Age of Empires, Daniel, the new one?
Maybe. We'll
Maybe.
see.
Have you've played the previous ones?
Yeah, I've played some older ones.
And then something none of us expected to see. The Outer Worlds 2 got announced.
Yeah.
With nothing but a funny trailer, which was kind of entertaining. So that was cool. We got some flight sim stuff coming to the Xbox. I think it's coming to the Xbox is the thing, right? Like that's the big thing. It wasn't on the Xbox before, I think. That's what it was. So they have a little trailer there for it. Forza Horizon 5. I am gonna mention this one, even though I'm not super into like car games or racing games like at all. Just because it looked fucking gorgeous. Like it's just amazing to me how pretty that game looked.
It really did. It looked. It did look very beautiful.
There's a point where they show like a mountain. It's just a photo. It's not a photo. It's the game, but it's like zoomed in on a mountain and a road in the distance. It looked like a fucking photo. It looked like a photograph. It was crazy to me. It literally tricked my mind almost a little bit. And then the last thing is that we got the announcement of Redfall from the guys over at Arcane Studios, which is some like I think a more Borderlands type vampire hunter kind of co-op game. We get like a nice little cinematic trailer for that. I haven't seen any gameplay or anything for it. A little intriguing. Overall, I think this was the best thing that they showed at the E3 portion of the conferences, personally. In my taste, because we got a little bit of everything. You got some announcements, some new things, some updates on a few things like Stalker. We got the Battlefield gameplay reveal trailer there. We got a Plague's Tale. Like if you look at this list of games here, let me just put it over for you guys on stream. It's like we start with something new, we get an update, we get some updates on this stuff. Here's something new. Here's some gameplay for something that's announced. Like there's a lot of here's some new. Here's some sequel. Here's a little update on this. Here's something new, right? Here's something new. Here's an update on a sequel or something like that. Here's an announcement. Like it was nonstop go for just about anything you'd want. So I enjoyed this one immensely compared to other stuff that was shown at the conferences. How do you feel, Daniel, about it?
The the Xbox Bethesda.
Yeah, the Xbox Bethesda. Yes.
I think it was one of the better ones for sure. One of the cool things I liked about this one is like they showed game after game after game after game after game, right? They just went from one to another, and there was some pretty cool stuff that they showed. Honestly, this might have been the best one overall, like the best conference overall, because they showed a lot of games. A lot of them were pretty interesting. They're all going to be on the Game Pass if you have that. So I mean, yeah, I think it was probably the most it probably was the best one overall, I would say. Yeah. So this one's probably up there. Well, it is up there because it's, like I said, it's the best one in my opinion. Because I mean, we're looking at all these other ones right now, and I think it might have been, man.
Yeah.
I think it might have been. There was definitely like out of all the conferences, this one had the most that I was like, interested in for sure. So yeah, I'd have to give this one the overall win.
Yeah,
because I enjoyed it.
I would as well.
What's the only bummer is that it was the first one of that day, and it just went downhill from there, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I don't disagree.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed some of the other stuff, but we'll talk about that later for sure.
Yeah. We want to move on to what's next. Square Enix, I think, was after this, right?
Yeah, Squeenix was next.
All right. So we got. Yeah, you start us off. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say they didn't really have a whole lot for me. So I don't really have a whole lot to
There's
say
not. There's not a lot.
they
Like,
spent
look,
like the first 20 minutes on the reveal of Guardians of the Galaxy.
which is hilarious, by the way, if you watch it on the Twitch gaming thing, because that music was fucking not in the. It was bad.
So that I mean, like I don't know. I'm still not super on board with that game, but I'll keep up with it and see what's
I
up.
have some
But
concerns. Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
there's not a lot here for me to
There
speak on.
same. Like I'm not really like super a big fan of their games really. Um, I know they're doing a pixel remaster for Final Fantasies 1 through 6,
That's cool.
which I think that's kind of cool. But I mean, I haven't played any of them, so you know.
I haven't either.
If you're into Life is Strange, they had some Life is Strange stuff in there, True Colors, and they're doing a remastered collection for the first game, and um, you know, talking about the Avengers updates, you know, like the Wakanda stuff with T'Challa and whatnot. But I mean, yeah, I think the big one here is Guardians, and that's kind of what they spent the most time on.
Yeah, it was
Um,
long,
and yeah,
long.
and even then, I wasn't like super impressed by that. I'm like Josh, I have some concerns about it, and you know,
We'll
I think
see.
I think we talked about that last week, so you know, we'll leave it at that. But I mean, I don't have anything other else to say
Yeah.
about Squeenix, so.
We got the debut of Strangers of the only reason I'm bringing this up, the Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin thing, is just because the trailer got super memed on with all the
Chaos.
chaos, and then they released a demo for it that people could play, except you couldn't play it because it was fucking broken, and it took them like 3 days to fix the fucking thing, which was kind of like, what the fuck, man? Like, you dropping the ball, Squeenix. Like, that was bad. Uh, Overall, not very good for me personally.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it either.
Nah, and that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, we'll move on from that. Uh, Next up we have the PC gaming show, which I actually did enjoy.
I did enjoy it
This
as
one.
well.
This is one of the ones that I look forward to every year because you know we like Day 9 and we like Frankie, and
Hmm.
then they added Mika Burton this year, which she's great as
Yeah,
well.
they're
So
all three just awesome. The hosts
yeah,
make that show really,
for sure. But yeah,
but they also show
they
off a lot. Look at this.
looking through all the games on here. I'm not gonna go through all. I'm not gonna mention all of them because you know like there's a lot. But Dying Light 2, I'm interested in. Chivalry 2 is already out, but I mean we played the beta for that, so we'll definitely get that at some point. I know Josh mentioned the tried out Humankind, the
Hmm.
game with Frankie in it. Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. I don't. We saw like 2 seconds of gameplay of it. That probably doesn't seem like my kind of game, but I mean, hey, they're doing more Vampire the Masquerade stuff, so there you go.
Yeah.
What else? We have your War Tales. I know Josh tried.
Yep.
I'm just seeing if there's anything that I'm interested in. What's Pioneer again? Did that one?
This
Maybe.
was like it's like a Chernobyl like game, right? With
Oh,
like that's kind of
right.
freaky.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of Chernobylite, there it is as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of games that like caught my attention in this showcase. I think what made it good for me was the host, was Frankie, Day 9, and Mika.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot for me this year, if I'm being quite honest. So I don't know if you want to talk about any of the stuff here, Josh, or
Yeah, just a couple things I just want to mention. Mostly the biggest thing, like Daniel kind of pointed out all the things I was interested in, because I'm interested in the same things as he is for the most part. And I'd already talked about War Tales and stuff. But Songs of Conquest interests me. Which was this kind of like Heroes of Might and Magic, run around on this map, have an army kind of game. But other than that, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it not necessarily for the games, more for the people that were there. Um, which just goes to show having a great host can make up for even if there's not a lot there that interests
Yeah.
you, kind of deal.
Even the bits that they did with Gabe Newell and the other guy, he's like fuck you, Gabe, you Gandalf looking,
Yeah,
that
oh, that
shit
shit was funny.
that was hilarious.
But I was
That's
also
the
like,
type of stuff.
why is Gabe even here? He literally comes in for like 2 seconds and then he's gone. And it was like they kind of hyped him up a little bit, and that was a little bit. That was just weird. That was another one of those weird. But that bit with the Gandalf and that shit was funny.
That was a funny ass bit for sure. It was hilarious, hilarious.
Overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was much like the Devolver one. It was very entertaining. Next up, we have the Future Gaming Show, which is right after that.
By this point, we were tired.
Yeah, I'll be honest. By this point, I was like, I just wanted to get through this and be done with it because I'd been streaming for like a very long time at this point. So I was just like, all right, come on, give us the games. Let's move through it. Come on, like,
Honestly,
yeah.
in the future, I might cut this one out. I might just do it on the Future Game Show in the future, man, because the last few times we've covered it, it's just not like it's not worth it for me to. I'm just too tired. I'm just too tired. I don't think it's necessarily worth it for being tired to do it. I mean, like they showed some interesting things, but it wasn't like nothing I would have missed out on. I don't feel.
Yeah, I mean, there's Instinction. They showed Jurassic World Evolution 2 for like the third time. Hell Let Loose is one that I'm intrigued in. Red Solstice 2, I know, looked kind of cool too. It was like an XCOM-esque kind of game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lake, I thought was kind of neat too. Like, it's usually not my kind of game, but I'm on board with that one a little bit. Like, I'm intrigued. I am definitely.
I heard
Interested.
somebody talking about Lake, and that there seems to be more going on than there's actually shown. Like it's almost like maybe some sort of little supernaturally kind of. There's more to it than meets the eye type deal. So I'm interested in it too, just for that. What if they pull like a switcheroo on you kind of deal? You know what I mean? Like one of those type of games.
I know Starmancer's one that Josh wants to check out.
Yeah, I've been interested in that since last year. It's gonna come to early access soon, I think.
Harold Halibut we talked about a little bit earlier. Dying Light 2 we talked about earlier. Tales of Iron seems kind of cool. They had Geralt's voice actor do the voice VO.
Yeah, you know what? I am interested in this. It's a little frog versus rat game.
Yeah, the rats and the frogs going up. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on that because that seems like it could be pretty cool.
As strange as it is, right? Like it's just like it's a frog and rat game, but something about it's like grabbed me a little bit.
Yeah,
Strange.
I think it was very it was a very endearing trailer. Like
Mm-hmm.
They won me over with it. That's for sure. Looking through the rest of these games, yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
I'm interested in Conway disappearance
But
at
overall,
Dahlia
this,
View.
yeah,
But other than that, we good.
overall, this one was kind of, yeah. I mean, I was tired by the end of the day. I just, it's cool. I think like entertainment wise, like Laura and Travis, whatever. Like it was fine. I think what I found more funny was Josh just talking about Troy's douchebag haircut and stuff. That shit was cracking me up, bro. I was tired, but I'm like, this is hilarious.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're so right. It's funny as hell.
You know what's bad is I said it and I immediately felt bad because I like Troy Baker. And I don't want him to see that clip one day and be like, man, fuck that guy. But it's true though. Man, everybody rocks that haircut, and it's typical white boy douche haircut. Like, even I've had that haircut. But I do love Troy, and Troy, if you ever do see that clip, please know it was with love. But I said you had a douchebag haircut.
So the next few things we have here, I didn't watch like hardly any of them.
And
There's the Verizon event and television, Take Two Interactive, Mythical Games, Indie Showcase, Freedom Games, the Ven thing, Capcom, Razer E3 Note, and then the Razer Store Live. Did you watch any of that?
I did not, and I'm glad I didn't because I heard a lot of it is shit. Like,
Yeah, I didn't watch any of that stuff, to be honest.
like the Take Two thing, I think was just like almost like a conference call type deal or something. I heard or something like that. It wasn't like nothing exciting at all.
So I guess the next thing that we can talk about, even though I didn't watch this one either, but we'll talk about Nintendo and yeah.
Nintendo, which we watched some of the
Me
trailers for a minute ago.
Nintendo. Super Smash. They start off with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They're adding Tekken to Smash Bros. Pretty cool. I haven't played Smash Bros. In a hot minute, but you know,
Yeah,
fighting games makes sense.
they showed it by having him murder everybody and throw him off cliffs. It was great. That's a pretty good little
You know
trailer.
what's weird is they always do that when they introduce when they like add new characters onto Smash Bros. Like remember when they added what's his name from Final Fantasy? You know, Sephiroth. Then they
Yeah.
made it seem like he like stabbed Mario, dude. Like you're like, what in the world? Are they just killing everybody here? Like why do they always do that? When they add a new character onto Smash Bros, they make you think they're like killing everybody. Like what the fuck
Mamma
is going
mia,
on?
he stabbed me.
So weird. But anyway. 2 Point Campus, Guardians again. Super Mario Party Superstars, which is the trailer we watched earlier. That
Mhm.
seems cool if you're into the Mario Party games. Metroid Dread also seems pretty cool
Saw
if you're
that
into the
earlier.
Metroid games. Mario Golf, which is the one that
Mario
I guess I
Golf.
forgot. That looks kind of cool if you're into the sports Mario games.
Yeah, that looked kind of fun.
I'm waiting for them to make a new Super Mario Strikers because that's the one I was all about. So give me a Super Mario Strikers 3, damn it. I want it. What else we got here? WarioWare is the WarioWare game.
I was surprised at the amount of people excited for that. I guess I just don't know what. I was never big into Wario, I guess.
Yeah, people love those games, man. What else we got here? Fatal Frame, 20X Pro Skater re-release, Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. There's that. I mean, to be honest, overall, there isn't like anything really too crazy in here for me, to be honest.
Uh,
Skyward Sword, they showed off more of that of the HD remake. There's a Game and Watch for Legend of Zelda, and then I think the big one here is the what we watched earlier, which is the Breath of the Wild
too.
sequel stuff. But yeah, when people are like, "Oh, fucking Nintendo saved E3," I'm like, "What?
What? Yeah.
What
Um,
here? What here saved E3?
I saw that on Twitter and I was like, what?
What saved E3? Like what was the thing? Because I don't know."
If I was going to get excited over anything in this list, it'd be Advance Wars 1 and 2, the remaster, redos, or reboot, or whatever the fuck. Like, and I've never even played those games, but I know they're kind of up my alley a bit. But the rest of this, like, if you're a fan, I guess, but I guess I'm not. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never been a good Nintendo guy anyway. Saying it saved E3 to me is just like, are you
it's a little wild.
That's a little much. I
But
don't
that
think
was
anything saved E3.
But that was the E3 one, and then there was the Bandai Namco thing, which I don't think they talked about anything other than the Dark Pictures stuff. Eureka had some stuff, but I obviously didn't check out any of them, so I can't speak on it, unfortunately. GameSpot Play for All, they had some stuff there as well, but again, I did not check that out, so I can't speak on it as well.
Same. I'm just looking through here on the recap site.
I guess that's it though, right? That's all for E3.
That's kind of like it was it for us, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, overall thoughts on E3 this year then? Because for me, the big takeaways that I had from this was the Xbox and Bethesda games showcase, and then the two PC gaming, the PC gaming show and the Future gaming show. But again, like, it's kind of, yeah, like there's just not a whole lot that I really, I didn't watch anything on Monday the 14th. Like there was nothing there that I felt the need to watch. I didn't watch anything on the 15th either, but I mean, I probably looking at some of the stuff that here, I probably should have watched like the Eureka one and some of those stuff because some of these games look actually kind of interesting, but I just don't know about them, and I didn't see the, you know, trailers or anything, so I can't really talk about them.
We're in a weird spot, man. You know,
But yeah, what? So overall, E3, what do you think this
oh,
year?
yeah, I've told you that I don't think we needed it this year, right? Like I've said that. I really
Yeah,
truly don't think we needed one. We're we're in the new consoles, so we're not gonna get much anyway. Because they're still kind of getting their feet under them a little bit. Things are being developed. Two, we're doing with COVID, you know, people working from home, all that stuff. So there's going to be a lot. We tempered our expectations. I know why I did. I wasn't expecting much anyway. Um, Three, the whole DMCA weirdness that happened with the ESA and them saying all that stuff like the day before people could co-stream and stuff like that
that might
was a
be my
little
that might
stupid,
be my biggest issues with all this, the whole DMCA
right?
bullshit. Because I hate all that stupid shit, man.
Well, I think in the future, what's going to end up happening, and I'm sure you've probably already come to this conclusion yourself, but just in case anybody hasn't really thought about it, is like game companies are just going to have to start using their own fucking music for games, for their trailers. You know, I'm sorry that everybody wants to use all these catchy songs and stuff, but if you want like the free marketing that comes with people co-streaming, then you're going to have to, you know, because that is what it is basically. You're getting free marketing to show your game when people co-stream your stuff. Like you're getting free advertisement, and then you're kind of giving them a hard time with all this DMCA crap. That is like the laws are really wonky and out of date, and we need to take a hard look at that going forward
Yeah.
and
I
stuff.
mean,
But
it's just for all of it, like just like it's been a problem on Twitch for a while now, a long time. So
yeah, and the
I
other
hope
thing is, you know, I
that
think
gets
Keeley
figured
just
out.
did it better. I think Keeley just did his communication better
I
about
agree.
his co-oping, co-streaming rather, not co-oping.
Co-streaming, yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. I think he handled it so much better.
Jeff has a good
Um,
handle on, and he understands that people being able to restream your event without fear of DMCA's, and like that's just free advertising everywhere. He understands that. Whoever the old men are at the ESA that are running E3 and are trying to do this, only these certain people can do it, kind of BS is stupid. Stupid. All right? Like, give with the times, man. Um, Ultimately, what I think won out at E3 is just all the indie games. Um, that's like the good thing. There was indie games all over the place, which is great. I love indie games. Um, but ultimately, I don't think we needed an E3 this year. I think what happened last year worked well. And everybody could have kind of done their own thing again. This
I mean,
just,
I don't think
I
anybody
don't know.
even. I mean, I don't think anything happened last year. We just had like, yeah. Well, I
We
guess
had Summer Games Fest, is what I'm talking about. We had Summer Game Fest and individual events all year long. That's what happened.
yeah.
That's what I
That's what I
mean.
was gonna say. Is we had like people doing their own thing. Yeah. I get you.
Yeah, not an E3. Like,
Yeah, I'm
I
a
don't
little
know.
I'm a little conflicted because I tend to agree with that, but I also like the whole like it's E3 week and
I don't want
all
it to
this
go
other
away,
stuff.
right? Yeah, exactly. I'm a little conflicted on it too, because I grew up watching it like on G4 and all that
Yeah,
stuff, and like they had it in Atlanta a few times, and I always wanted to go, and then like because I was a kid and I love games. I never want E3 to die. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy games and stuff, but I want them to modernize and just kind of get their shit together a little bit more.
they got some updating to do for sure.
Yeah. Um. All in all, if anything won E3, it was the indie games. Like they won E3. Those guys, all of them collectively.
Yeah, I'm like I'm in the thought of like nobody won E3. It just happened and we had
Yeah,
all this. We had some cool stuff. We had some shitty stuff. Well, I feel bad saying shitty, but like.
I mean it's true.
Uh,
There were some things that didn't appeal to our sense of taste.
well, not only that, but I mean, yeah, there would, you know,
That's the
some stuff
nicest way
that
you could
wasn't
say
as
it.
interesting to watch. But you know, yeah, I mean, even sometimes when there's stuff that I'm not interested in, like at least it looks like pretty and like cool and
Mm-hmm.
you know like looks wise, it looks cool even though it's not my thing. Like I'll give the example of Elden Ring. I don't care, but I mean,
Yeah.
some of that stuff looks kind of cool. Like you know, though I
I'm,
like I like the fantasy setting. So I mean, I'm gonna appeal to
I'm
some of that
interested in
stuff on
the
there,
I'm interested in the world.
even though I just don't care about the gameplay and all that kind of stuff. So
I don't know if I'll play it or not. I kind of want to, but I kind of might just end up watching somebody else play it and reading the wiki on the history of it. Kind of like, I love world building and stuff like that.
yeah.
There's a lot to be gained out of stuff like that.
But anyway, that's E3 for this year, and yeah, we had the mixture of the Summer Games Fest and E3 this go around. Um, yeah, it was interesting. Some things. I'm kind of glad that I didn't, for the most part, I didn't watch on certain days
Yeah.
because I, didn't feel like it was necessary. But
It's made me want to trim a few things out, like the future game show I might not do next time, unless there's like we have a big surprise, kind of like lead up to it. But like
yeah, I'll
that
I'll
one,
I'm, I'm s- I'll still probably do it next year. But I kind of hope that they maybe don't have as much on one day, so
yeah,
I
it
don't have
really
to
comes down to
stream
the
for like.
schedule.
So yeah, I hope the scheduling maybe is a little better. Yeah, because yeah, I don't want to have
That was
to
a lot.
do super long streams on one day. Like just give me like make some of these days a little bit more interesting and add like spread it out a little bit. Because like that one day, what was it, the 12th or the 13th? Yeah, the 13th. Pretty much streamed like all damn day. So yeah, it'd be good if they could like maybe put something on another day. Yeah, so yeah, basically scheduling is something that I would like to see improve, and then yeah, hopefully the DMCA shit. Like I really want that to be figured out. Like not just for this, but like in general. Like it's kind of it's really annoying having to deal with that.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's Summer Games Fest and E3. So Josh says the Indies won. I think he preferred Summer Game Fest more than E3.
yeah.
I would
I
probably have
just
to say the same, even though I think the Xbox Bethesda one was probably the best showcase,
yeah, it was good.
and that
I
was
definitely
and
won't
that
deny
that
that.
was an E3 one, but I think that was the best one. Kickoff Live was good. Devolver was good. PC Gaming Show was good, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens next year. I thought it was okay. Again, I don't think anybody won. I was just like, all right, we had some things here. Some of it appealed to me, some of it was good, some of it was not as good, some of it did not appeal to me, and the other stuff I'm just like, I'm glad I didn't watch that because nothing happened. So yeah, well, you know, the next thing we have to look forward to is EA Play, part of the continuing Summer Game Fest. That'll be July 22nd. Um, we might actually make an episode on that. So
Yeah, we totally could.
that'll probably be one that we do like dedicate its own episode to. So especially if there's like exciting announcements and stuff coming from that, we'll definitely
For
have to talk
sure.
about that. So yeah, definitely hoping very very much for good things to come from that. Very
I
very
hope so.
much.
It's the day after my birthday, so it better be good. Be disappointed.
Yeah. So yeah,
All right,
hopefully we'll do that. But I think that'll probably do it for the show this year.
let's
Unless Josh,
wrap it up.
unless you got any closing thoughts here on this year's
Just
stuff.
I hope next year when it rolls around, we're in better shape than we are now. I hope some games are further along and developed. Things like Fable, I'd love to see more of out and stuff like that. next year go around.
Oh yeah, that's a good little thing. What do you what do you hope to see next year? So you said
Really,
Fable.
Fable is kind of like the big thing for me next year.
Okay.
I and the Star Wars Ubisoft thing. I definitely,
Yeah,
even though they're having
that
some
absolutely.
issues, I
I'd
would
like to
love to
see
get a peek at that.
more of all that. The Indiana Jones one, the Ubisoft,
Yeah,
just more Star Wars stuff in general. Because I mean, I always want to know about that. Yeah, just more surprising, cool games that we can look forward to. In terms of existing stuff, yeah, I don't know. I hopefully, I mean, Starfield. When does that come out? Does it come out this year?
that's next year. We'll see it next E3.
Okay, so we'll see
Uh,
more of that for sure.
it
Okay.
comes out November next year, so that's why it'll probably be big at E3 next year because it comes out in
Maybe,
November.
maybe hopefully next year we can get some more news on the next Mass Effect and maybe some Dragon Age or something like that.
Mhm.
Um,
We might see some of that at EA Play.
I
Now that
mean,
I
yeah,
think about
maybe. I
it,
mean, maybe, yeah, maybe. We'll see though.
we may get a smidge, or we may get nothing.
Maybe
With
next year
Micro.
we can see some GTA 6. I don't know, man.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Again, we were talking about GTA Online earlier and how that makes a shit buttload of money for them, but I don't know. I eventually they got to do it, right? Eventually there has to be a GTA 6. You would think,
Right.
right?
It would be next, right? Like they did the Red Dead. It
Yeah.
has to be GTA unless they bring
I
back
mean,
Bully or something.
they skipped an entire generation. Like last gen didn't have a new GTA game. Like
Yeah.
they skipped it because they just kept fucking milking GTA 5, and they're still doing that. But I mean, hopefully, soon they'll start to realize, or hopefully they'll get to working on a sixth one, man.
All right.
Because that is a
Yeah.
game series that I enjoy. But I mean, the online stuff, like it's fun for a while, but after
Shit.
that, it gets,
Shit.
you're just like, all
We
right,
did a whole episode where we talked about the next GTA or one when we throw our ideas out
we
there to
did, yeah.
Rockstar. That was cool.
Yeah, so if you want to check that out, go check that out. But yeah, I'd love to see that.
When they announce it, we have to go watch that episode and be like, "They stole all this from." No, I'm kidding. Stole all this from us. It was our ideas. I tell you.
God of War
Uh,
Ragnarok would be cool.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure there's other things that I'm forgetting, but we're gonna wrap this up here.
Yeah. Let's finish her. Let's say our goodbyes. Daniel, you are up.
All right. So thank you everybody for joining us. We appreciate you hanging out and all that good stuff. I'm gonna be finishing Mass Effect 3 tomorrow. I'm gonna wrap it up. So if you're watching this live, check that out live. If you're listening to this on Spotify or you're watching it on YouTube or whatever, the YouTube videos will be going up. I do have Mass Effect 3 going up already. We're 1 and 2 is completely up already. 3 is in progress. So get to watching that. And yeah, we'll be wrapping the game up tomorrow. And then coming up, I think on Wednesday, if Josh is down, maybe on Wednesday, we're gonna be starting Saints Row 3.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
So that'll be something else to look forward to. I'm very excited about that one. But yeah, I mean, yeah, see you guys next week for the next one. Um, have a good one, everybody. Bye bye. Peace out.
All right, guys. Thank you to everybody that has stopped by for the show. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. Let's see. Coming up, got keep an eye on the streams for I'll be doing the Saints Row with Daniel, and I need to finish up my Mass Effect run as well. So keep an eye on. You'll see when I'm up live. I don't really have a schedule at the moment. Um, so yeah, check that stuff out. Remember this video will probably be deleted by tomorrow, so it won't be on Twitch, but it will be on Daniel's YouTube. So I hope you got that information down. I'm gonna upload that as soon as we're done here for him as well. As well, we are also available on Spotify. So if you like the audio version of our lovely voices, check us out over there as well. In closing, hope you enjoyed your E3s and Summer Game Fests. I'm sure some of you probably disagreed with what we talked about, but that's totally cool. And if you thought Nintendo won, more power to you. I hope you enjoyed it, man. I'm glad you had a good time with that. In closing, make sure to get your vaccine shot, guys. Let's get everything back to normal. As normal can get for next year's E3 and stuff. So, with that said, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.